Oh, wait. There we go. My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. It's fight week. The break is over, and Jacob and I are going to break down the entire UFC Houston fight card, giving you our picks, our predictions, our bets, and our DraftKings fantasy plays. This is the first regional fight night of the year and of the Paramount era. I'm looking forward to it. Spectacular fight card. Jacob, are you ready to break this down?
Very ready to break this down. First of all, we do have the...
Why are we praying for me?
I mean, I thought that you wanted to talk about it, but there's a reason why the podcast, if you guys don't know, if you're watching later, you're not going to know, but if you're watching live, you're like, oh my God, we're starting an hour early. And, guys, the age is back, man. The age is back. Angelo is just completely worn down later in the day. You guys could tell his eyes were starting to get dry. We're going to really, really hit the treatments hard, but it wears the big guy out. He had a big weekend. I don't know if you guys saw the video of him at that restaurant ranting and raving.
Dude, the amount of people that thought that actually was me is insane. I even had a friend I grew up with DM me and said, oof, that's a tough doppelganger. But listen, Jacob, I still have time left on this earth. Betty does not.
Oh, my God.
So I think we should take a moment of silence.
Oh, my God. Holy shit. That's my great Aunt Betty. She's fucking dead. She's dead. I texted Angelo. What the fuck is this? I texted Angelo before the stream, and I was like, hey, my great aunt Betty died today. I'd like to have, just joking, like a moment of silence. Like I knew her a couple times growing up, but like I'd like to have a moment of silence. And Angelo fucking put together a slide with the fucking AI angel. RMP in the chat for Aunt Betty, my great Aunt Betty, 100 years old, made it to 100.
I saw that. Actually, I saw that. 100's crazy.
Made it to 100.
I was scrambled to make this too. I'm like, I got 4 minutes. Put it together. So I was even going to get a beer and pour it out, but I didn't.
Does she look like me?
I could see it. I could see it. What side of the family?
My father's mom's sister. So my great aunt.
There we go. R.I.P. Betty.
Damn it, Betty. Damn it. Damn you, Betty. God damn you, Betty. I remember going to her house and going into her creepy fucking basement with my cousin and being like, I think she had like an old fucking pinball machine down there or something. It was very weird. Very fucking weird, but
that's the first time I've ever used the AI image generator. I Googled her long ass name real quick. Because Betty's not her name.
Betty.
I Googled her long ass name real quick, and then I asked AI, I said, put her on an angel body.
Oh, Betty. Also,
yeah.
I think we got to address that it is, I think today is National, which Angelo used to be one. I think that's part of how he got in the AIDS conversation, but I think it's National like Juggalo Day. Remember the Insane Clown Posse?
Nice. Oh, Juggalo.
Yeah. Not
Gigolo.
Yeah, it's Juggalo Day. You were definitely not. Come on. If somebody said you could think this guy was a juggalo or a gigolo, there would be the least hesitation I've ever heard in a question. They would be like, "Oh yeah, juggalo for sure." Fucking face painting bitch. And then also to my regional Asians, we love our regional Asians. Happy New Year, Chukmun. Chuchoy.
Did you write it down? Are you making that up?
No, it's I think it's Vietnamese for Happy New Year, but it is the Lunar New Year. So to our beautiful Asians, Happy New Year, Lunar New Year. So
you know what's annoying about the New Year, and not just for my own selfish reasons. So it is Chinese New Year's on the 17th. So that was yesterday.
That's today. I just said Happy New Year.
Today's the 17th.
What the
today
hell
is Chinese New Year.
About? That's what I'm just talking about.
Okay, yeah, relax.
What the hell?
We have a softball team going here, right? The first game's March 1st.
By the way, I was invited, declined.
I said, I'll handle the jerseys. So I found this website, fansidea.com. Tons of jerseys. You customize them. Pretty affordable. You get it pretty quick. They make them in China. I didn't realize that until I placed the order. I was like, you know what? I ordered one test shirt just to make sure it looks good and fits right. That was taking too long. So I was like, fuck it. I got to pull the trigger on the big order. So I placed the order last night. I immediately get an email saying we are observing the spring festival from the 14th to the 20th. They don't work for a whole week. Nothing.
Yeah. And you're
so
not
like,
supposed
all
to.
Orders are going to be backed up 2 weeks. It's like, damn.
You're not supposed to, I guess, clean on the.
Just nothing.
Because that's like you wiping your luck away for the year and stuff. There's some interesting rules and stuff like that. But
well, yeah. So now
Year,
we may play our first game with not jerseys, just t-shirts.
Yeah, well, that's pretty embarrassing. Don't they take a point or something?
No, I looked at the pictures on the website, and last year's championship team was just a bunch of dudes wearing random shit. So
didn't on dodgeball they got deducted? Oh no, because they had, as long as they had uniforms and they got the whips and chains on, because they were gonna have to forfeit, I think, without the uniforms because they got the wrong uniforms, Angelo. But they went out there with the chains and oh, by the way, 31 years ago, what released in theaters? Have you seen it?
31 years? I don't know. Give me a multiple choice.
I'm not going to do that.
I have no fucking. What year was it 31 years ago? What's it?
It's a Ben Stiller movie.
31 years ago,
95.
Ben Stiller. So probably Heavyweights?
Yep. 31 years ago today. One of the greats, man. Get off the scale.
I do love that movie. The kids like it too. But dude, I watched those 90. We did a lot of, when I don't have to do fight stuff on Saturdays, we do like family movie night, and I watch a kids movie with the kids and the wife and everything. I try to watch the 90s ones and early 2000 ones. Dude, they fucking push that shit.
Didn't you say that Man of the House was horrible?
Man of the House was not as... when I watched it, I enjoyed it. When I watched it with them, nobody laughed. And I was like, yeah, this doesn't hold up as well.
Hey, how are you?
What holds up is like Mighty Ducks, Rookie of the Year. That shit'll hold up forever. There are some like Cheaper by the Dozen. That shit actually holds up too. Those aren't 90s movies, but
3
they're
Men
like
and a Lady.
2002. Yeah, I mean, we could do that. You know what I started to do? And then I was like, hey, I think they're old enough ready for, or they're old enough for Mrs. Doubtfire. We're 6 minutes into that, and they're fighting like bad. And I was like, yeah, no, they're not
there's a
ready
whole
for this.
scene of the girl seeing him pee or whatever, like sees his fucking.
Well, that
dick
one,
or
that's
something.
not
It's
bad.
like fucking...
They don't show the penis. He just
I know,
stands
but
up
it's
to
like the girl walks in, like, and he's like, "Oh, hey,
yeah,
take a picture."
Then I was like, I texted my buddies for suggestions. I was like, dude, I think Ace Ventura? It's just a movie about a dog. And then my buddy was like, all right. Well, I was like, all right, the Finkel's Einhorn part is weird. But my buddy listed he's like, don't you remember they talk about offing yourself? He's like, it's crazy. He's like, you can't. So I was like, damn it. So back to the drawing board. Leave your suggestions for family movies for me and my young family. 9 and 7 are the ages. Let's go ahead and dive in. But before we dive into the picks,
donations.
Yeah, I do it right after this. We can.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Usually that's a stop everything you're doing, especially we got a $9.99. But fuck it, Angelo. Sorry, guys.
I like to give it.
I appreciate you guys. Hey, if you guys donate, I'll interrupt from now on. Since I just thought that he didn't see him, but he saw him. He put him. But if you donate, I'll interrupt immediately.
I like to dedicate in sections so they get the. All right, fine. Here. My God. Santiago Mendez, you better pray to whatever God you believe in. You never see me in an Arc Raiders, Jacob.
I just recently started my transition back to PvP, and I'll tell you, I'm good. I got a Venador fucking blueprint, so I'm good to go on those. I'll go into a fucking Venador and a Stitcher 4 and just tear up the whole fucking lobby. I'm taking on a Rocketeer with a fucking Venador and a Stitcher 4. I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm going after the fucking Matriarch with a goddamn hairpin. Right, Angelo?
I don't know any of those words. Thank you for the super chat. $9.99 from Gabe Gordon with the Crip sign 2953. Thanks for all the videos you guys put out. Win it, lose, I'm riding with you. Win or lose, I'm assuming this. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Appreciate that $9.99.
Thanks for sticking around, pal. Genuinely. And $1.99 from...
And look, I'm all draped out tonight for him. Huh, Gabe?
Why? Oh, blue Crips. And Pamplemousse phrase. I think that's French dessert. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
What
is that from again?
Blood. Dodgeball.
Oh, that's Dodgeball. Yeah, okay.
But that character originated from Heavyweights.
Yeah. That I know. Thank you all. And that's his wife in real life. For the super chat. The woman who's always disgusted by him and everything he's in. He took that bit from his dad. Arthur and King of Queens. Spence's mom.
Yeah.
Is whatever, and she's actually he was disgusted by her, but same thing
about King of Queens, and every time I'll catch like an end of an episode, I'm like, fuck man, the show's so good.
Oh, one of the community nobody watches fucking community questions, but one of the community questions was, I know you love King of Queens, I love King of Queens, what's your favorite episode? Here's mine. His was when Jon Favreau was a guest. I said my favorite episode is King Pong, where Doug is learning to play ping pong to beat Carrie with Arthur. Release into me. That's my favorite episode.
I like one of my favorite ones just because of the reaction is when he goes to the hot barber, the hot haircut lady, whatever. And Carrie shows up. He's looking in the mirror. He's like, "Oh boy, what are you doing?" And then immediately, that was like his best backtracking ever.
Yeah.
He's like, he looks and then he's like her breast stinks. It's not about it's not about delivering celebrities. It's about getting hold of my wife.
That's right. That's good. And the other one that's good is when he has two wives. He has the dog walker and Carrie,
the upstairs wife and downstairs wife. Or I mean, everyone probably loves the wrong Doug Heffernan. The Stalker was good with Spence when he was like behind it all. Remember when he went to karaoke? So Doug's like singing karaoke. But then also the voicemail, the Doug Heffernan, or Doug Heffernan, like on the beach, like we had such a great time, and he's like all of a sudden like hiding it from Carrie, even though it actually wasn't him.
And my other favorite one before we move on, we should just do a King of Queens.
Oh, and that one too was the best. One of the best parts is like he's like, "I promise, Carrie, I promise it's not me." And she's like, "I know." He's like, "What do you mean you know?" She's like, "I knew that could never be you." He's like, "What are you talking about? That could have been me. You don't know where I was."
No, I like the one where Spence's TiVo thinks he's gay and keeps recording like men's figure skating and stuff proactively for him. That was great.
Queer eye for the straight guy, or the straight eye for the whatever it was.
Yeah.
$4.99 from Jeffrey Epi 69. Whoa, Angelo,
why the fuck am I in this? Why am I in this profile picture?
Angelo.
Whoa. No.
At one of the parties in a while. Haven't had you at one of the parties in a while. You down for some more pizza or more of a jerky guy? Jesus Christ.
You sat down. Shit. He spent as much time making this profile as I did the memoriam to Betty. Jesus. No.
Thank you for the $4.99.
Yeah, but no, dude. Damn.
$1.99 from Elizabeth. Did you get the dessert, Ange? 30 minutes is crazy.
He's talking about that crash out Jacob posted like it was supposed to be me. It wasn't me. Although it wasn't in an hour he said he was waiting. I thought he was yelling anyway.
No, he said 30 minutes and he's like, it's like an hour. So it's like, he's probably exaggerating a bit.
What is funny is at the same time that I was watching that video, I waited 40 minutes for a hot dog. And then eventually I went up. I'm not a big like confrontation for no reason kind of guy. I kind of just keep my mouth shut. But Tiffany doesn't give a fuck. Tiffany was like, is the hot dog ready? What's going on? I'm like, I'm waiting. But other people were waiting just as long as me. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm in line, right? And like you get a ticket and they just didn't call my number yet. And so I'm waiting. Finally, I see the last guy there go. So then I go up and go, hey, I'm waiting 40 minutes for a hot dog. He goes, what's your number? I go, 22. He goes, I don't have any 40-minute tickets. I was like, you do? He's like, I don't have it. I was like, then how did I get this buzzer? And then he pulls in the computer. He's like, I see it here. I said, for a hot dog? And he goes, yeah. I said, yeah, you lost the ticket. And then
what a great story that was. Anyway, here's the video of Angelo.
Can't hear it, so fuck you. You can't hear it.
You can clearly see it's Angelo.
$30 minutes for dessert. It's not a great
30 minutes for dessert. We've been waiting like an hour.
It really is not a great doppelganger. It looks a little too close. You know what else is close? Premium is close to perfection. Some argue it's already there. If you go to our website, we have a whole suite of picks and bets and tools. And if you're one of the people that say, hey, get on with the show, I don't need to hear this shit. First of all, there's chapters, fast forward. Second of all, every pick, every bet, every tool is on the website, ready to go. You never need to hear this sultry voice again. One of those tools is the data analyzer, the most powerful, flexible, and robust, we'll say, tool in this space. Allows you to manipulate. What was that? Yeah. Yeah. She got a little notoriety online and then started to suck at fighting. Same thing, except the data analyzer stays good. Inside of the data analyzer is the tape index. Have you tried to find fights on the Paramount app? Dana White keeps telling us. He keeps saying every fight's on there. The fuck it is. If anybody here has figured out how to find old fights on the Paramount app, not the pre-curated like 2000s, try it. You can't. But we got everything lined up for you, ready to go. Why waste your time? It's a Tapology-esque experience where you have every fighter on every card coming up, their full fight history, what happened, the closing on, some official stats. You click the red play button, video pops up, you're good to go. Fight Simulator simulates fights 100,000 times and gives you the outputs. Line movement tracker gives you the opening odds, current odds, win probability, and the line movement for every fighter on every card. And we have conditional logic to highlight value. All of that is freaking $10 for an entire month, for a whole last month. UFC 326 is in that month window. We have we're hitting a 9-week stretch of nothing but fights.
9 weeks. 50 Cent got shot 9 times.
And look at him.
He's thriving, man.
He is the most successful.
I'm a gangster grandpa and I'm proud of it.
I mean, he's a spite-driven man, and I love it. Good for him. Good for him.
That was a deep cut for the fans out there.
Yeah, I don't understand the cut, but I get you, man. $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Quick become a member at the top. It's fucking the best service in the space, and check it out. You hate it, cancel. You love it, you keep it. It's $10. We got another. Nope, I already did this one.
Ooh.
Okay, I think we're ready to move on.
Yeah, Jeffy got it.
Opening up the UFC Houston fight card, we have Carli Judice taking on Juliana Miller. Carli Judice 5-2 in her career, 3-2.
I think it's Judice.
Yeah, or Judice if she's trying to ethnic it up a little bit.
She's from fucking New Orleans.
3-2.
It's just fucking Carli Judice, man.
3-2 in her last 5. She is on a 2-fight knockout win streak, taking on Juliana Miller, 4-3 in her career, 2-3 in her last 5. She's coming off that bounce back win over Ivana Petrovic. Listen, I'm going to stray from the notes, all right? I've broken this card down a few times already.
Hold on, everyone.
I will have him for reference.
Hold on, everybody. We got Improv-Inch. Hashtag Improv-Inch in the chat. Ready? I'll send it to you like you're live on TV. You ready? I'm your producer. Ready? 5, 4.
Oh.
Cut. Can we cut it? What the fuck?
I was stretching. I was
doing the countdown.
I didn't know you go silent. I thought it was 3.
No, it's 5. You go 5, 4.
I thought you said 3. Carli Judice, long, lean striker. She used that length really well, and she has spectacular striking. She just knocked 2 bitches out just a couple fights ago. No, seriously. She's a very
wacky Improv-Inch. Here we go. I'm locked in now. Okay.
No, she does a really good job mixing things up. She'll punch, she'll kick, she'll alternate between the two. She likes to move forward. She does throw in combinations, and she's got some very real power. The timing is spectacular as well. She just knocked out Nicole Cagliari, where she also defended 7 takedowns, which is important here because that's what Juliana Miller is.
And that's a bitch to you.
What?
He said she knocked out a couple bitches, so you're calling Nicole Cagliari a fucking bitch.
Juliana Miller is going to come forward and just try to bully this to the ground. That's what she's going to try to do. She won the Ultimate Fighter. She's an Ultimate Fighter champion. And in that little peak window of time, it was, wow, she could be good because she has all the intangibles. She's tough as hell. She's gritty. She'll move forward. She'll grind. The problem is she got a little bit of notoriety on the gram. People were like, oh, she's hot. She's hot. She started to think, I'm hot. I'm hot. And I don't know what happened with the training, but it seems to have gone out the window because there have been 0 improvements. And I'd argue she's actually regressed fight skill-wise. She is tough. She will move forward. She will try to grind, but she's not really good at any one thing. The inexperience is very obvious, and I don't think she wins this fight. She just beat Ivana Petrovic, where she had 3 takedowns, and she was still somehow outstruck. So Carli Judice has to be the pick. The odds obviously indicate that as well. And I think it's because Juliana Miller is going to come forward with some sloppy takedowns. Carli will defend them, just light Juliana up and probably find a finish. This is one of the very few female fights where I put a under 2.5 on the website.
Whoa,
what do you think?
Wacky age.
What do you think? I didn't bet it. I just put it as the round lead.
Oh.
Jacob.
That makes more sense. I will say for Juliana Miller has done like octagon work, like interviews and stuff like that. I can't remember what promotion she was doing it for. Really, really good. She is like a natural at stuff like that. She is not a natural at fighting. She just is not a very good fighter. She's a tough girl. And I don't know if you saw the video, Angelo, but little birdie told her that she was like a fucking plus 500 underdog or whatever.
She didn't like that.
She's like, mate, fuck you. You think I'm just going to lay down? Yeah. You think I'm just going to fucking lay down? It's like, well, I don't think you're going to really have a choice. Juliana Miller's a girl that kind of has that elbow out, just kind of stiff striking, just kind of like walks around like this, and her takedowns are kind of just poopy, and her grappling is just okay. You can still you can see that she's kind of thinking through the positions in the grappling. Her striking is not fluid enough. She would struggle against pretty much anybody, and she's against somebody that's a fucking... Carli Judice is fucking really good. Like, I mean, her boxing, her speed, her footwork, she is like an actual fucking boxer. There's very few boxers in the UFC, like actual kind of like with the footwork and the turn, the angles and stuff like that. And she does that as good as I think anybody in the UFC. She is so fast, so long. You can't really take her down. If you do take her down, she's not going to accept positions. I think she has a really, really bright future in the UFC. Really long, really good. Has shown toughness, her durability, her longevity, if you will, cardio, how many strikes she can throw. Really, really good. I think Juliana Miller gets fucking cracked like first fucking exchange. Like this should be like a 1-2 down the middle, and Juliana Miller's like, oh shit. And we'll see if she can tough that out. Luana Santos isn't like the best striker in the fucking world and like kind of lit her up. Carli Judice is going to fuck this girl up. Last card, I think I said I would be extremely surprised if Amir Albazi would have beat a guy like Horiguchi just because of matchup. I think Carli Judice beats Juliana Miller 10,000 out of 10,000 fucking times. I'll put a stamp on that. I think she knocks her out early.
Well, and I think, honestly, the success she's having outside of the cage is where her focus is, and it should be. It's very hard to make a living as a professional fighter, but you carve out a niche, you start doing, the commentary, you start doing cage interviews, you start doing all that, then you can make a nice living for yourself, travel a little bit, still stay involved in the sport, you're good to go. So I think she's a little more focused on that than getting it better because we haven't really seen the improvements. Should be a fun fight because Juliana is tough. She will move forward, and I think Carli showcases with the striking here. $9,700 in DraftKings Fantasy. You are going to need a finish for that to be worth it. I mean, I like I said, it's one of the few female fights where I'm like, yeah, this is probably under 2.5, but you never know. If Carli
unless for some reason Carli comes in and like wants to show off wrestling or something and just kind of like is on top of Juliana Miller. Juliana Miller might be able to like survive stuff like that, but
she is tough.
It's a fucking it's gonna be a fucking issue, man.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a pretty straightforward fight, but I also think it'll be a pretty fun one. If you do want to check out, we do have a bunch of bets on this fight. If you want to check them all out, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's freaking $10 to unlock everything for an entire month. Next up, at UFC Houston, we have Yadier Del Valle taking on Jordan Leavitt. Yadier Del Valle undefeated in his career. He is coming off that FBI investigation. Taking on Jordan Leavitt, 12-3 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses. Yadier Del Valle's interesting to break down because he is a good grappler. He's a capable grappler, nothing amazing. The striking's not spectacular
I think he's a
either.
black belt.
Who is?
Yadier.
Oh, well. His striking is just okay, but he's got some power in the hands. He can get the wrestling going. He can get the jiu-jitsu going. He will jump guillotine every now and then, which isn't great, but he doesn't do it out of desperation. He literally finds finishes there and is just chasing subs. My only hesitation here with breaking him down is you can't use his last fight as any sort of indicator of how good he is or is not. That was allegedly a fixed fight. So you can't use that and be like, wow, look how slick this was. Ooh, look at that rear naked choke. But if you look at the rest of his career, you see a guy who does fade as time goes on, doesn't have great cardio, but has good enough power, good enough wrestling, and good enough jiu-jitsu to probably beat Jordan Leavitt. Jordan Leavitt, as we know, loves to twerk. He's a very sensitive
it's
man.
Shake.
No, it isn't. Shakes his ass on the gram as well, but he's got some jiu-jitsu nerdery to back him up. He's a throwback to the 90s. Jordan Leavitt's striking isn't very good. The takedowns are not very good. The jiu-jitsu is very good. We did just see a really nice takedown out of him in his last fight with that win over Kurt Holloway, but Kurt Holloway is also a jiu-jitsu guy. So I think Kurt was just expecting the bomb, thinking that their jiu-jitsu would neutralize each other. Jordan shot a beautiful takedown, got it, and then ended up finding the sub. Jordan's a good grappler. Yadier's a good grappler. And then Yadier's the better athlete, hits a little harder, more physically imposing, can control where this fight goes. So Yadier is going to be the pick. I would be shocked if Jordan Leavitt in 2026 pulls off just some jiu-jitsu nerdery submission off his back against a pretty well-rounded Yadier. What do you think, Jacoby?
Yeah, Yadier is a guy that I saw in person fight my guy. Bulgarian. That was a very interesting situation. There's no doubt about that. And I went into that fight. This is an interesting fight because Yadier was a big underdog to Isaac Bulgarian. Everyone's just like, yeah, he can't grapple a guy like Isaac Bulgarian. Jordan Leavitt fought Paddy Pimblett and was like ragdolling Paddy Pimblett for like that first round. Like Paddy won like a scramble late or whatever. And obviously he ended up getting submitted, but he was kind of manhandling Paddy Pimblett, who people just had as a minus 250 fucking favorite against Justin Gaethje. So it's interesting to kind of play that MMA math game where Paddy was favored over Justin. Jordan was mauling Paddy, but yet he's a plus 300 dog to a guy that was a plus 300 dog to Isaac Bulgarian. You know how all that stair step stuff is. But I think Yadier, if you watch he is a hard guy to judge because when I watched his Contender Series fight, I wasn't impressed at all. Like I talked to Isaac about that fight. It was like the general consensus was, and Isaac felt like, that's why it's even more surprising because I talked to Isaac about the fight. Like, yeah, I'm going to be able to do anything to this guy. Basically is what Isaac was telling me. Allegedly, I guess. I don't know how to fucking word that, but he was, that's why it was like a little bit crazy because if you watch this Contender Series fight, he is kind of like a muscle puncher, wants to go for the big shot, and then kind of default to the wrestling grappling. As Angelo mentioned, he will kind of chase those guillotines and stuff. He's really comfortable in his jiu-jitsu, but he really kind of slowed down in that fight. You saw he does have a lot of heart, but he definitely was slowing down, and once the big power shots start wearing off and he has to rely on the wrestling and the grappling against like Jordan Leavitt, that could be like maybe like an situation. But honestly, I don't think it's really going to matter because Jordan Leavitt's a guy that wants to either be at that push kick range, he throws the front kick, the push kick with his hands like there over and over, or he wants you to crash in so he can grab you and go into the wrestling. He is not a comfortable boxer. And Yadier's a guy who I don't think he's going to give a fuck about a push kick. He's going to get in boxing range. And when he gets in boxing range, he should kind of fuck Jordan Leavitt up. So it really just comes down to like the game plan of Yadier. If he comes in and tries to prove a point, like shooting takedowns and rolling around with this guy, he might gas. It could be issues. But if he just keeps it standing, getting boxing range, he does have some big power, some nice tight hooks and stuff like that. And when Jordan Leavitt, I mean, he's not here with his defense. He's kind of like arms out, just pushing his push kick, really lazy with the defense. Push him against the fence. He's going to stand up strong. Or stand up tall, throw the hooks, knock him out, get out of there. All parlays are still alive.
Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, confidence in Yadier is coming more from lack of respect for jiu-jitsu nerdery at this point. That's at least where my
I'm pretty sure Yadier is like a pretty high-level black belt. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't see him getting some. My concern is he does get tired. It doesn't really affect his volume. He'll still just come forward and bomb away, but he gets more tired than he should. And if he comes in here guns blazing, and
the good news is Leavitt's not like a cardio machine either. Like in that Paddy fight, he was working hard in that first round, but you can tell he slows down and fights a little bit as well. So
yeah, I mean it should be a Yadier win. It's set up for him to be a win. Like that, this is supposed to be a showcase fight. That's why it's here. $9,400 in DraftKings Fantasy. Again, you're going to need a finish for that to be worth it, or a whole bunch of takedowns. I don't think there's a whole bunch of takedowns. I think there's either
if Yadi's wrestling, it's time to panic a little bit. If it's late first, early second, he starts wrestling and just kind of trying to lay in guard and stuff, it might be time to look at those live odds and start panicking a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm pretty confident in Yadier, and again, that's coming from lack of constant confidence in Jordan. I mean, I see people love Leavitt in this fight, which is crazy because
you're just betting on Yadier to get tired. He's a better fighter.
And like, I don't know what else you've got because it's like he's a jiu-jitsu nerd, so he needs to find a sub. But it's not like Jordan Leavitt is like touches you and you're tapping. Like he's been in plenty of fights where he did not find the submission. So, and Yadier is a good grappler. So I'm on that side, $9,400 in DraftKings Fantasy. That's sort of a flip of the coin. If you think he finds the finish, he might play it safe. He might slow roll it. So I don't know if I'm going to spend that money there, but either way, I am pretty confident in Yadier. And again, we've got some bets on this fight. I definitely have a bet on this fight. If you want to check it out, go to wewantpicks.com. Click become a member. It's freaking $10. If you love the service, you keep it. If you don't, you cancel. It's $10 fucking. We have an artificial intelligence. We have every tool you could ever imagine. We have picks, bets, breakdowns, everything. WeWantPicks.com. Next up at UFC Houston, we have Phil Rowe taking on Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. Phil Rowe, 11.
You said what? You threw a little S in there.
Lebosnoyani.
Yeah, you said lesbo.
Lebosnoyani.
What's your favorite category?
Lebosnoyani.
What's your go-to category on Pornhub?
Homemade.
You like the amateur stuff?
Yeah, regular people, man. I'm a regular person.
You like that voyeur shit?
No, that's creepy.
Is it voyeur or is it voyeur?
I think it's just voyeur. Why would it be silent? It's not French. Know. Okay. We got Philip Rowe taking on Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. Yeah, that's not happening again. Phil Rowe, 11-6 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He is coming off that do-nothing loss to Strickland, taking on JPL, 12-1 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. This is his official UFC debut. We all know Phil Rowe by now. He's more talent than he is producer, if that makes sense. He's got the length, he's got the range, he's got the good boxing, he's got decent grappling as well, but for some reason, in these important fights, he doesn't put it together. He can be backed up. He can be held against the cage. He can be taken down. But the skills are there. He's long. He's lean. He's got some power. He also somehow has a negative striking differential. He's coming off that loss to Strickland, where he was hesitant on the feet. And because he was hesitant on the feet, he got taken down. Then on the ground, he had nothing to offer. Taking on Jean-Paul. Jean-Paul, this is his official UFC debut. And it was a very impressive Contender Series win that got him here. Had a really nice knockout, but he's actually a grappler. He likes to come forward. He'll stay busy with the striking, cut a lot of ankles, and then shoot some takedowns. Grappling is solid. He'll snatch up submissions and scrambles. He's always looking for something. Takedowns are not spectacular, but he will just go for them. And I think that's why he's the favorite here, and I think that's why he wins. He was supposed to fight Austin Vanderford. When that was the matchup, I picked Austin because I said, I think an American wrestler can get some takedowns here, hang out on top, and just stay safe without getting jiu-jitsu'd. Now, that didn't work out for him in his last fight, but I thought that could work for him in this fight. But now that it's Phil Rowe, I'm the opposite. Like, Phil Rowe is very talented, and if he fights to his abilities, he beats the piss out of Jean-Paul, and it's like a reminder why there's the UFC and why there's Contender Series. But if he does what he does in his last fight, where he's afraid to get taken down, so he doesn't throw his hands, and he doesn't throw his kicks, and he doesn't use any range because he's afraid to get taken down, then he's just going to be taken down. I got to pick Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani. I'm not going to bet on him, though. Phil Rowe's the exact type of guy that can come in here, beat this kid, then you're like, yeah, dummy. Like, I'm a UFC fighter. This kid's not there yet. I wasn't just going to get taken down and bullied by him. But I'm picking Jean-Paul. What do you think, Jacob?
I am, and I hate doing this, I am done with those that have done me wrong. I am done putting my neck out there for people that have done me wrong. I love Philly Fresh. I love Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe is the second greatest lock in the week of all time. Lock
is it Dawkins? Who did
against Nico Price.
Oh.
3rd round comeback. He looks like he's down and out. Wham! Lands the left hand. He landed the left hand, fell. I lost my mind on the stream. It was one of my favorite reactions of all time. The guy seems like an incredible guy. I met him at Tampa just real quick, took a picture with him, and he was absolutely incredible. Great guy, incredible talent. His boxing is really, really good when he lets his hands go. But I was at his last fight. I was sitting cage side. I had hundreds of dollars on Phil Rowe sitting there being like, oh yeah, he's just going to box the ears off this guy. And what did happen? I watched Phil Rowe just fucking lay there for 15 minutes, act like he didn't give a fuck. I watched his corner literally not give a fuck. I don't know if it was the game plan. I don't know if they're not allowed to yell at this guy. I felt bad. I was in the apex being like, come on, Phil. Come on. Get to the hip, Phil. Come on. You gotta fucking move. And the corner literally is like this. I swear to God. And I've talked about this, about previous fights before with that gym. But the corner, for whatever reason, was just sitting there. Two of them were sitting like this on the apex wall. And the other guy was sitting like this. And he would just go like this. You got 3 minutes left, Phil. Got to get up, Phil. You got 2:30, Phil. That's all they were doing. In between rounds, it was nothing. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen, to where after the second round of that fight, I just sat back in my chair. Because I said, if they don't give a fuck, then I don't give a fuck. If he doesn't give a fuck, then why am I wasting my energy? I sat back in my chair, watched him get rolled in the third round again. I'm not letting it happen again. Phil Rowe, if he comes in and knocks this guy out, I'm going to be the least surprised person in the world. But he's burned me, so I can't fucking pick him. I can't fucking bet him. I can't believe if anybody bets on Phil Rowe with some of the performance he's had. He loses the last fight. The Angelo fight, he was losing until the third round. Jake Matthews was a loss. Neil Magny was a loss because he kept playing the game of Neil Magny. Nico Price, he almost lost, had to come back from that one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost 5 losses in a fucking row. I love Phil. I'll be rooting for him. I'm not betting this Jan Pa guy. But damn it, it's as simple as like Phil Rowe's probably just going to take the first couple rounds off, and then it's going to be too late. We'll see if he knocked the guy out. Jean Paul's got decent striking. He probably wants to get to the wrestling and the grappling, but this just becomes an effort thing for me and a pretty easy read. I'm not picking somebody that looked like they didn't give a fuck. I saw it firsthand. Sorry.
That it is unfortunate. You hate seeing a talented fighter not use their talent. And then you'll get other fighters who are not talented at all, but they just work their asses off and will
Juliana Miller. She's going to go in there and fucking try her ass off.
Fighter. Yeah, she won the Ultimate Fighter by not having any actual skills, just being tough and moving forward.
And then you have incredible boxing. You're 6'3", fucking welterweight coming in, know how to grapple, know how to wrestle, and then you just fucking, it's a shame.
I get it. Now, I do think part of the freezing in the last fight was he was worried about being taken down.
There was
no
afraid
to overcommit.
There was
the get up is the problem.
A little bit of hip escape in there, but I think I'm more mad at his corner than him. But maybe that's a thing they have. I don't know.
And frankly, I think what happened there happens here as well. So we're on the same side of this pick, but we do fully recognize that Phil Rowe is an actual skilled fighter, and
he's the better fighter. He is the better fighter.
Yeah. JPL making the UFC debut, so relatively unknown what this is going to look like. I'm going to stay away from bets here, but I do believe we have bets on the board for this fight. And if we don't, we certainly have a bunch of other bets. We have round line leans. We have tools. We have an artificial intelligence. We have everything you could ever need heading into a fight weekend. Just go to wewantpicks.com. You click become a member at the top. It's $10. Everything is yours for an entire month. And UFC 326 is just a few events away. We do have a super chat from Reese Keaton. It can't be Reese. Reese Keaton, $1.99. Should add a place on the app to y'all's year P&L.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss. I guess we could do a summary number, because we've asked, people have been like, do you have every individual? That's literally thousands of bets over the course of a year. But I think the summary, I've got a monster spreadsheet where I track everything every week. That's the screenshot you see in the recap video. But that spreadsheet obviously is like, you're scrolling for months to get to the beginning of the year. Now I'm tracking 4 people: me, Jacob, Kunith, and Betsam. So yeah, we can look at that. Email the suggestion, because I'm going to forget about this.
Thank you for
Thank you for the super chat. Next up, at UFC Houston, we have Ramiz Brahimaj taking on Punahele Soriano, and this fight full flipped. You can see here, Ramiz was a plus 146 dog, now a considerable favorite, and I have broken down this fight 2 times already. This is my third, and I watch that line move every step of the way, and I have unwavered in my pick. Ramiz Brahimaj, 13-5 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is on that 3-fight submission win streak, taking on Punahele Soriano, 12-4 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5 on a 3-fight win streak of his own at his new weight class. Ramiz Brahimaj, very good grappler. Kill or be killed, but a very good grappler. I believe.
What do you mean, or be killed? I don't think he's ever been finished, Bob.
He ain't winning. Submission or bust. All right, not kill or be killed. Submission or bust. How about that? Is that better for you?
No.
So that's what it is.
No,
13 wins, all finishes, 12 of them are submissions. Finish or bust. Ramiz Brahimaj is very good. He's a very accomplished grappler. Random power in his hands. Can gut it out. Pretty tough. Takedowns are not very good, but we just saw in his last fight, he doesn't always need a takedown to go ahead and find a submission. Ramiz Brahimaj doesn't really have any quit in him, and he just beat Austin Vanderford after losing the first round, taking on Punahele Soriano. A Hawaiian striker. Big, fast, powerful striking. Was a Division III All-American wrestler. He didn't use that wrestling at 185 pounds. He knocked a few people out. After he knocked a few people out, he just went full-blown, I'm a striker. Reinvented himself at welterweight. Seems to have gone back to his wrestling roots, and it's working for him. He just beat Nikolai Veretennikov, where he had a whole bunch of takedowns. His problem is he gets taken down. Despite being a Division III All-American, he's been taken down 18 times in the UFC. Here's the thing. When I broke down Ramiz's last fight against Austin Vanderford, I picked Austin. I said Austin can take him down, Austin can stay safe, and Austin will be fine. And that's basically what happened in that fight. Austin was getting the takedowns, staying safe, no issues. And the second round came and the tables were completely turned. I'm going to go that same direction. I think Punahele Soriano, Division III All-American wrestler, if he wants the takedowns, he can get the takedowns. He's going to be the better striker here. He's going to have big power here. As long as Punahele doesn't end up on his back, he wins this fight. So I'm going to pick Punahele Soriano. The odds have obviously completely flipped, but they are starting to tighten back up. He was a bigger dog just a little while ago, and it's starting to come back a little. But I'm going to pick Punahele here. People hate that. Every single person I have seen talk about this fight has picked Ramiz, which would explain the line movement. But I'm going to go on the Punahele side. I think he can stay safe, and I think he's the much better striker. What do you think, Jacob?
Ramiz is the much better striker at this point. He's a way cleaner boxer, going to be way faster. Again, Punahele coming down from 185. He's going to be live for the left hand, and if Ramiz starts to get tired, things could get a little bit weird maybe, but even Punahele in that last fight, he was definitely disappointed in his performance, which I think actually kind of benefits a guy like Ramiz, because if he comes in with a wrestling game plan, he's going to gas out even harder than he did last fight. Last fight, he was fucking like, there was moments where it's like, if Veretennikov or whatever his fucking name is did a little bit more of anything, Puna was in some big trouble there and already almost got guillotined by that tired dude in that fight, I think a couple times. So Punahele's going to be live. He's always live for that left hand. Maybe things get a little bit interesting early. Ramiz definitely better respect that left hand. Like, he's going to be the faster guy, so I don't want him getting a little bit too happy in the pocket, landing a shot, because Punahele's a tough son of a bitch. Like, you're going to have to really, you're going to have to probably choke this. I know you got the boxing, you might think you have him hurt, but he's a guy that you land a nice shot, he's like staggered for a second, then he's fucking firing right back. So you better be fucking careful on the feet, but get it to a point where you're pressuring with the striking that he starts shooting the shot, because if you force him into a shot, I mean, the neck's going to be there. He's shown that before. You're such good with the guillotines and stuff like that. I was worried a little bit in that last fight. Ramiz was my lock of the week versus Austin Vanderford, so I'm a big fan of Ramiz, but he was getting almost a little bit too guillotine happy, like kind of just up against the fence, kind of feeding his arms and stuff, and it's like, well, you're losing, buddy. Like, I know. And then he landed a nice shot that actually went to the guillotine. Austin was kind of, and that's what you got to have here. Pressure on the striking, landed a nice shot. force the wrestling out of him, and then you should be good to go. But I think Ramiz is the faster striker, the cleaner striker, not the more powerful guy. Puna's got power. He knows how to defend takedowns. So if Ramiz comes in with a wrestle heavy game plan for whatever reason, it could be trouble. But I think you're going to see Ramiz clean boxing, force the pressure, land a decent shot. Puna shoots, guillotine. We're in and out. We're done. Give me Ramiz all day.
Yeah, obviously I am on the other side there, but could be a fun fight. I mean, Ramiz is not in boring fights. Punahele, hit or miss, right? If he's shooting takedowns over and over, it could be boring. But for the most part, he comes out swinging, got big power, can find himself a finish. This should be a really fun fight. I'm looking forward to it. The round line is 1.5 rounds. I think it's a sneaky over. You agree?
Ramiz brings some crazy pressure these days.
Yeah, I mean, Punahele is so tough, though. I don't know. I do think it's an interesting over.
Those submissions happen quick. Oh, and he had somebody did mention he had been finished before, but that was when his ear exploded. That wasn't like an actual.
Yeah, Max.
Like he was still good. Like he was still fighting, but his little.
It didn't
ear
explode. It fell off.
Yeah, it fell off. Yeah.
Yeah. Like exploded implies the cauliflower. No,
it was just dangling off his head, and he was still fighting.
The part that attaches your ear to your head was completely undone. And it was hanging on by like this much skin. It was disgusting. Yeah. Versus Max Griffin. That was absolutely horrendous. If you do want to check out every pick, there are bets on this fight. Jacob and I are split here. If you want to see what the artificial intelligence has to say and who that picked, if you want to see who Kunith picked, who Betsam picked, who Artem picked, check all of it out. It's $10. No weird packages, no upsell, no cross sell. It's $10 a month. If you want to pay for a year, you get a discount. It's $100. You want to just buy lifetime, never think about it again, $300. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top.
And if everyone could like the stream real quick, I want to see how many people are watching because I guess YouTube's like down right now.
The YouTube is down. I've been YouTube's not down. The YouTube homepage is down. So if you go to a specific channel or you're on a video, that all works. But if you just go to youtube.com, nothing loads.
Oh my God.
This is it. This is the end.
Here it comes.
You're right. I just typed it. Nothing. We're fucked.
Here it comes. Somebody Elon bought it. Shut it down.
Producer Nico, $2 super chat. Should add a. I did this already. What am I?
It's a different one. Read it.
No, it's not.
Oh, it literally is. The other one was from Reese. The other one was from Reese.
Should add a place on the app to y'all's year P&L. No, it's a different one. This is the same. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, all right, producer Nico.
Just making it up?
Yes. Oh, yeah, because you don't troll. Thank you for the super chat and same answer as before. Next up at UFC Houston, we have Nora Cornolle taking on Joselyn Edwards. This is a rematch. This fight happened a couple years ago. Nora did win the decision. But the consensus, in my opinion, and everybody else's, was that it was a bad decision. Nora did have a little bit of success, right? She landed some clean strikes, but Joselyn easily, with almost no effort, out-wrestled her, but that was in Paris. Nora's a French. The decision went to Nora. That is why you'll see that in a rematch, Joselyn Edwards is somehow the 3-1 favorite in a fight that she's already lost. Nora Cornolle, 9-3 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5. She's coming off that decision loss to Carol Hossa, taking on Joselyn Edwards, 16-6 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5, riding a 3-fight win streak. This is a fun fight. And normally when I break down a rematch, I'm like, oh, I don't care what happened in the first fight because these fighters have evolved. They've changed. The circumstances aren't the same. And 99% of the time, that's the case. And in this case, it's probably true as well. But also, this fight could go exactly the same as the first one, except we have real judges. And it'll go to Joselyn.
Oh, shit.
Nora's a good striker. Are you shitting me?
Somebody said, Angelo replied back to me on Grindr, I miss you. I don't know. Oh, boy. You want to address that?
No. Which one are you? I get a lot of... I'm very popular on the apps. Get a lot of attention. Oh, like too much. Thank you for the super chat, though. Nora's an aggressive striker, violent. You could say some random power, good aggression. She does a good job using everything. She'll punch, she'll kick, she'll knee, she'll elbow. She'll stay in range. She'll work in the pocket. She'll do all the things. She can be taken down. Takedown defense is not good. The jiu-jitsu is decent. She will chase some submissions. Most part, though, you can take her down. You can stay safe. Taking on Joselyn Edwards, very good kickboxer, good power in her hands. The knock on her used to be that she had no takedown defense. And not only did she correct that, she overcorrected. And now she's got very good takedown offense that she's been using in her fights. She got good hands, good kicks, good takedown defense. Joselyn Edwards is a very good, very well-rounded fighter who, in my opinion, has already won this fight, and I think she wins it again. She just knocked the shit out of Priscilla Cachoeira. She was getting hit in that fight. Priscilla was just running forward like a lunatic, though. I'm going with Joselyn Edwards here. I think she gets it done. I think the odds seem a little like 3-1's a bit, but I think Joselyn's better basically everywhere, so she's the pick. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I put this on Twitter. This is definitely an interesting situation. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the scorecards. Joselyn won that fight. Like, as you mentioned, Nora had some success late in the rounds or whatever. But this has got to be some of the craziest odds for a scorecard that wasn't even a split. That was 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. And the winner of that fight is a fucking plus 250 dog in a rematch where nothing else has really happened. Obviously, Joselyn's looked great. Nora's coming off a loss and stuff like that. But it is kind of crazy. Like, I get it. Like, Joselyn dominated that fight. I'm not saying that, whatever. But it's just funny, the optics of, because a lot of times casual bettors will be like, oh, this is a rematch. Who won the first one? Oh, she dominated the fight. Whoa, plus 250 dog. Let me fucking, that seems like very simple math for the casual viewer. But I will say, I agree. Joselyn is the better fighter. She's the better striker at this point. At one point, I would say Nora was probably the better striker, but Joselyn's really cleaned up the striking, really fast with the hands. And Joselyn already proved that she's the better wrestler and grappler. I don't think Nora's going to close that gap at this point in her career. Obviously, she did reverse positions in that first fight, and that's kind of what I want to mention. Like, Nora isn't horrible. Like, I know that she lost against Carol, but Carol just kind of does that. She's one of the most boring fighters of all time. I think she's the only person. Somebody put a stat up with like the finish rate or whatever. She's got no finishes, and like she just kind of lays on people. Nora went tit for tat against a Cavalcante in a close split decision. Cavalcante is undefeated in the UFC, has looked really, really good. So Nora's not clueless, and she already proved against Joselyn that even if she is kind of getting dominated, she will work to reverse positions, and she probably is a little bit better than she was back then. That fight definitely got weird. I mean, even if you don't agree with the scorecards, it was a weird fight. Joselyn was kind of laying on her for 3 minutes of the round, or reverse the position, end the round on top. It's kind of like Joselyn only landed like, I think 17 total strikes or some, or significant strikes in that whole fight. So it's like, I get it. Joselyn's better. She should win. But minus 300 and stuff like that, it's like, I guess. Like, I mean, Nora's not horrible, and she already proved that she's tough, and she kind of almost, I mean, she won the last fight. So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, I think the only...
You think she's terrible?
I think I do. The only way anybody would be picking Nora here would be you've just convinced yourself Joselyn sucks, and that's just not true. Like, Joselyn's good, and she's. But it's not like
Joselyn clearly ran through her. Like, she controlled her, but she didn't do any damage. She wasn't threatening any whatever. She just kind of laid on her.
No, correct. But I think she could do more of the same here. And we just watched Joselyn knock somebody's head off their body. Like, if you're on the Nora side here, you're not. What does she do? She's not going to out grapple Joselyn. She's not going to.
She has before. You say she's not going to. But what if she just sweeps her earlier in the round? Now Joselyn loses. She literally swept her. She out grappled her. She got taken down, but she out grappled her every time she got taken down.
Yeah, I just don't see. I just don't see that happening this time around.
It already happened.
I don't see it happening this time.
There's one thing you're going to learn about history in Angelo is it always repeats itself. It always repeats itself.
All right.
Nora Cole's little lock of the week.
Nora Cornolle. What's lock of the week? What's that? R.I.P.
If this stream gets 1,000 likes, I'll do a lock of the week. I'll bring it back.
Oh, while YouTube's down too. Damn.
Whoops. I'm serious though. I will. I'll think about it.
All right. It'll be heavily considered. I don't think we have bets on this fight. I didn't do an over on these rounds, even though I debated it.
This in here. Oh, and Sam.
I debated doing the whole gang. I debated doing a round over here, but I decided not to because I am worried that Joselyn could knock out Nora.
Yeah, Nora's aggressive.
What she just did to Priscilla was Priscilla ran into it, which is exactly what Nora could do. So if you do want to check out every other pick, every other bet, Jacob mentioned Kunith is here. Kunith has been absolutely crushing At UFC Vegas 113, did he sweep? I think he swept. He was up like 4 units or something stupid. Check out every pick, every bet, every tool. WeWantPicks.com. Next up, at UFC Houston, we have Alden Coria taking on Luis Gurule. Alden Coria, 11-3 in his career, 4-0-1 in his last 5 years, coming off that very impressive UFC debut. Taking on Luis Gurule, 10-2 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is looking for his first UFC win.
That looks like it could be a relative of yours.
Alden? I get it.
No.
Yeah, no, I could see it. I could see it for sure. I could see it.
When's the last time you tried to grow a beard?
I can't grow a beard. It's patchy as fuck.
You know that you're supposed to just try. You never know until you really try. You got to let those things grow out a little bit. That's what I started doing. I couldn't grow a beard until my late 20s because then I just started letting it go. And then it's like, holy shit, here it comes.
Well, I'm well past that.
Yeah,
so.
because you never let it, you never try. How about you just grow it out?
No.
It wouldn't the stream. Look good. How many likes on the stream to grow it out?
It would look so stupid. It's like
cares, man?
It's just like a half.
You're gonna be 5 years. You're gonna be dead. Nobody's gonna remember you.
3.
Pray for Angie.
We sat next to we watched Alden Coria's last fight live. We sat next to his fiance or his baby mama, whatever.
That was them.
Yeah, remember she was arguing with people because they were trying to kick her out.
She was into that fight. She was grabbing my arm and shit.
She wasn't grabbing your arm.
No, they were really into it. But that was with the little boy too, right?
Yeah, she was with the kid, and people were getting pissed because they're like, "This isn't your site." There was racists among us
because
this isn't your site. What?
Because we were in the front row.
I know, but she was in an empty seat. Now she took somebody's that was in the bathroom.
2 spot for producer Nico. Crazy how Jacob would maul Angelo if he wanted. Love that. That is true.
Well, we actually fought and we recorded it, and that's not how that went, is it?
I said, if I wanted to. Obviously, I didn't want to do that. We've explained it 100 times. You got kids, you got a family.
I would definitely want to lose a fight on camera too. So I get it. I get why you didn't want it. Listen, Alden Coria is
important.
A good fighter. He's a busy grappler. He has a nice little single leg. He'll snatch that. He'll run the pipe. He actually just bends at the waist. He doesn't even.
Whoa, 10 spot for Manny Sanchez. Y'all legends, my guy. Can I get a shout out, my boy, the UFC dad doing his thing? Who the fuck is that guy?
Is he direct competition, or is he just the guy making nice content?
Let me see this.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Is that on Twitter? Is that on? I don't see that handle on Twitter.
I assume it's here. Thank you, Manny, for the super chat. And I don't know what you do, UFC dad, but power to you.
Man, I'm gonna find out what you do. Ooh,
well, Jacob's on
just a dad that loves UFC.
Oh
shit! Look at this guy. Oh my god! What a fucking specimen! Holy shit!
Why is he shirtless on that?
Oh my god! Look at the dancing UFC daddy.
Dancing, daddy or
dancing UFC daddy? He's out here jogging with a purse.
What?
He's out here stretching.
Okay.
Oh my god! This guy's inspiring.
Okay. All right, guys. Here's the thing. We're going to break down the rest of this fight. Alden Coria is a good fighter, mostly a grappler, but he's got some good hands as well. The striking is solid. There's some sneaky power in there. He's got a nice arsenal of knees and kicks and elbows. He is stupid young at only 27 years old, but he's a decent prospect. Like he can actually make something happen here. His UFC debut was wildly impressive. He was a big underdog. He didn't give a shit at all. Came out there and ended up finishing Alessandro Costa. Taking on Luis.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird. You remember that situation though?
No, I don't.
Alexandre in like the second round, like broke his toe or something. And then his corner had to like convince him to keep fighting. And then the third round started and he decided, I think I'm not going to fight with a broke. I think it was just his pinky toe or something. So you will see KO, TKO, but it's a little bit, he was looking good, but
he was looking
kind
real
of weird. He didn't actually knock him out. He might have eventually, but.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. He was a big dog. And what I like seeing in that fight is he didn't care. He didn't care at all.
He's a confident kid.
Yeah, didn't matter to him. It was his UFC debut. Didn't matter as his UFC debut. He's a Texan. I don't know where he lives, but let's just say at home.
He trains in Houston.
Yeah, all right. So it didn't matter that it was a debut close to home. Like none of that mattered.
He's part of the
that Brandon Roy
Michael Aswell, and I can't remember what that fucking chat. What's that gym called in Houston that he trains at? It's a cool gym.
He's taking on Luis Gurule. Luis Gurule came into the UFC undefeated and has since not been able to find a win. The guy's light in his toes. He's a good pressure striker. He bounces around. He'll leap into the shots. He's aggressive both on the feet and on the ground. There is some random power in there. He's in good enough shape to push a pace for 15,
Fight Club. Yeah.
To push a pace for 15 full minutes. The takedowns are more bully than anything, and he'll stay busy on top. He just can't seem to find that success. His most recent loss was that decision to Jesus Aguilar, where the volume was the issue.
We were there as well.
Where was that? Same event? Yes.
Same event.
Yes, same event. I got to go Alden here. I mean, I think he's the better overall fighter, and I've seen him get a win in an octagon. I mean, sometimes it's that simple. Luis Gurule's tough, and he'll move forward, and he'll stay busy, but Alden doesn't seem to give a shit. It doesn't seem to matter to him whatsoever. If you stay busy, I'll be busy. If you want to come forward to striking, I'll shoot a takedown. So the confidence was incredible. The forward pressure was solid. His ability to show up in the UFC, make his debut, not care at all on a big card like Noche, and then get the win. I got to go that direction. Luis Gurule hasn't really proven that he's a UFC caliber guy yet, so I have to assume that he's not. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, his best fight, or what he was known for, was losing or at least doing well against. Well, he didn't really do a lot in that fight, but he was just like defending all that. Was it Punahele guy? What the fuck is his name? I can't remember what the fuck his name is. But the Contender Series fight, he was getting wrestled, and he was good scrambles, good defense. He was taken down, but getting right back to his feet. And that was kind of what he was known for, kind of being that wrestler guy. Obviously, he gets knocked out, and then against Jesus Aguilar, it's like this is the guy you should be beating. Like, it was like just pressure, outbox a guy like Jesus. Don't jump into the guillotine if you're going to wrestle. And this should be an easy win. I think I was pretty high on Luis going into that fight. Like, I know he got knocked out, but Jesus doesn't have power and stuff like this. And then he came in and got outboxed by Jesus Aguilar. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Tried to wrestle at one point, almost jumped into the guillotine. It feels like Luis is, obviously, it's a fight. These smaller guys, the knockouts aren't as frequent, but he does throw some big shots, the big looping stuff, hides it behind the takedown, the big right hands and stuff over the top. But it seems like this is going to be a Luis.
I can't do eye drops. Are you pointing at a fucking whiteboard? Yeah. How'd I know?
It's getting bad, guys. It's getting bad, guys. We'd love your prayers. We'd love your prayers. Me and his wife would love your
And
prayers.
we're an hour earlier than usual. Imagine what my eyes would be doing right now.
But it feels like it's going to be either Luis kind of just like lays on this guy to try and eke out a decision win. But I just don't see that happening. Alden's a good grappler as well. His boxing is really clean, good footwork. If you guys have not seen this guy fight, you're going to really enjoy him fighting. I hope nothing weird happens because honestly, it's better for the UFC if Alden comes in and smokes this guy. Luis is never really going to be that guy. Alden's got all the fucking abilities to really be that guy. I think he trains with Joshua Van and stuff like that. Same type of fucking really clean boxing. Showed against Alexandre Costa too that he can eat a shot. Like Alexandre hit him a few times and he just fucking, as you said, doesn't really give a fuck. Walks through it, stays with the pressure. As long as he doesn't try to play guard game too much, if he does get taken down, he should be fine in this fight. It feels like even if Luis starts wrestling, it might be a little bit late. He feeling the pressure of the striking, and then we might see an Alden situation where he's out grappling him. You saw against Alessandro, he was kind of out grappling him at times. And we might get like a little backdoor Alden submission win or something like that. But he should be better everywhere. And I get the odds, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I get the odds as well. I'm glad they're staying somewhat reasonable, meaning he hasn't ballooned up to a 4 or 5-1 favorite. I mean, he is still relatively had a spectacular debut, but maybe a larger sample size would be helpful.
It seems like people are like respecting the fact that that wasn't, because on paper, like a third round finish of a kind of a veteran guy trains with Diego Lopez and Alexandre Costa and stuff. You would think against a guy like Luis Gurule or whatever, just lost a boxing match to fucking Jesus Aguilar. It's like you would think it would be minus 400 or something, but yeah, I agree. It seems pretty affordable. You should be better.
Yeah, stayed reasonable. $9,000 in DraftKings Fantasy. I actually don't know if that'll be worth it because Luis Gurule is tough. And if Alden doesn't find a finish.
I think the submission, what is his submission at?
Alden by sub? You think he's going to shoot a takedown?
I mean, plus 1,000? No, I think Luis, if he wants to win, he's gonna have to wrestle. He's a good wrestler. But if he starts wrestling a little bit late. Alden's he's like an aggressive fucking grappler too. Those little dudes are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, and they both have good cardio, which is why I actually think this ends up going 15 full
I think
minutes,
it probably does too, but I don't think he's going to knock out a guy. I think he's going to hurt him enough to wrestle, and then he'll welcome the grappling type of thing, like a club and sub type of situation.
He's also fighting at home. That gets weird for people. He's got confidence, obviously, but you might fight out of sorts to prove a point, right? I want to knock.
Yeah, sometimes confidence can be.
That's
literally what I'm worried about with Ramiz. Like, he's had such success lately. He's really confident in striking. You come forward a little bit too aggressive, and all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, and it's too late. So I think he'll be right.
$9,000 DraftKings fantasy. I don't know. Ask the tools. We have a whole bunch of tools on the website. We have an optimizer that'll just build DraftKings fantasy lines for you. A fight simulator that will simulate the fights 100,000 times and give you each individual statistic along the way, including how many DraftKings fantasy points they should be scoring. Check it all out. Copy, paste picks, bets, tools, artificial intelligence, everything. It's $10 freaking. You love it? Keep it. You hate it? Cancel. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top. Bunch of super chatterinos here. $2 super chat. Josh and Jacob absolutely mog Angelo. Jacob tried, didn't work. I had a challenge. I went to Josh's
Max mogging. What's everyone talking about, chat? With the fucking
I actually just watched
all
the
those weird words and stuff.
Is,
I accidentally looked at one tweet, and now like about half my For You page is all those stupid fucking tweets and shit like that.
Yeah, I hear you. The
and Josh Thompson texted me the other day.
The hell did he text you?
Oh, he didn't tell me. Oh. Whoops.
Him and I.
Actually, so.
I went to his birthday dinner or whatever you want to call it last year, and he was drinking, and it turned into a whole conversation about he could take me down and blah blah blah.
I tried to do it in the parking garage. You guys could have just done it in the parking garage.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have.
We're welcoming it. I think he also was like, I made a little bitch about it.
Yeah, he bitched out. He was supposed to show up at 5 a.m. to train. I didn't want to. I had drank at his thing. I didn't want to, but I did. I showed up at 5 a.m. I was ready to go. You know who didn't show up? Him. Everybody else did. He didn't show up. You know what he blamed it on? Take a guess what he blamed it on.
I don't know.
The rain. Like the night before was like.
You don't understand, Angelo. You don't understand.
At his
Honestly,
age,
I get that. I can understand why you don't understand it, but the hair out in the humidity, it gets a little bit crazy. So I feel you on that one, Josh.
Well,
Josh, right? Yeah, Josh.
Either way, no showed. And then Jacob did show. Didn't work out well for him either. $9.99 for This Isn't Will. Boys, I'm late. I'm here. No queer. Running. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $10 super chat.
Thank you for the $9.99. Bye-bye.
Thanks for keeping it straight, I guess. Appreciate you. $1.99 from Tittlefits. I'm just dropping by to show love. I can't watch tonight. Well, that's unfortunate. But you can watch it back.
You're a liar, you dumb son of a bitch. You're watching, but you can't watch. Which one is it? Tittlefits?
He said, I'm just dropping by.
I think he's a fucking liar.
Just dropping by isn't watching.
Is that what you do by the neighbor's house? I'm not watching, I'm dropping by.
Yeah.
With your amateur porn addiction?
Okay.
Let's get into that.
Not amateur, homemade.
That is what that's called. It's called amateur porn.
Tittlefits.
And you're obsessed with it.
Elizabeth.
Speaking of amateur porn.
The $1.99 Angelo UFC Encyclopedia.
I'm just kidding.
She has kids.
I think she'd think that's funny.
Jimmy Flick, it was. Where she's coming from is she sent me a message. The last message she had sent was in August 2024.
Actually, let's delete that.
Then she sent a message the other day that said, so random, I can't figure out who this UFC fighter is. He's white, an American dude that was cut a few years ago. Then he re-signed a contract and got cut again. He sucks. He had issues with his dad, who might have been his coach, and that's why he was cut and retired the first time. No, this is
talking about me?
He looked like your basic white trailer park guy. Any idea who I'm talking about? Here were my guesses. I ultimately got to Jimmy Flick, and you see the spoiler. My first guess was downtown TJ Brown. Good guess. That's a white trash trailer
love downtown, man. I love TJ Brown, man. I miss that son bitch. That's one of the Arkansas wrestling. If you guys are OGs in the chat, type a 2 in the chat if you remember Arkansas wrestling, baby. TJ Brown.
Then I said Brian Barberena. Then I said Jimmy Flick. So we got there. Happy to help. New Zealand 349. This is worth more than our money. No, it isn't. I dig that 2384. Guys, Ange doesn't have AIDS. My test came back.
It's hard to get it when he throws it down your throat.
Oh my God. Jeffrey Epi again with me in his profile picture for some ridiculous reason. Lock of the week, or I drop the files, Angie. You don't.
Oh shit! That means it's up to me. Holy shit!
All right. The amount of time. Is this the same person that was like Angelo's fat cousin and like Angelo's mom? Wasn't one pretending to be Tiffany? And that one I was like, dude, this one's not cool because people think you actually are Tiffany.
I thought that was Gucci Gill.
Oh yeah, you're right. Gucci Gill was the fake Tiffany.
I don't think he's in here, so maybe he's on his alias right now. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be too.
Yeah, Mama Tiff.
Appreciate the effort. Mama Tiff, that's right. Ryan Doan, Rondon, Y5X, and Ramiz wins. I buy the lifetime ship, but don't die of AIDS or I'll be pissed. Papa, thank you for your service. I picked the other dude. So you're saying if I'm wrong, then you'll buy a lifetime membership? I guess that's a win-win for the big man. I appreciate you and good luck this weekend. And finally, $1.99 from Walkout Hall. This is the profile picture. His fist is red from punching bitches. What happened to Salazar? He off channel. Who the fuck is Salazar? Whose channel? Are you watching the right show? Who's Salazar? I appreciate the super chat. Clarify what the hell you're talking about, and we'll answer your question. Who's Roman? Oh, Big Maple cleared up. Who's Roman Salazar? Oh, Salad Bar. I am off of those. Correct. I have moved on. Next up, at UFC Houston, we have Ode Osbourne taking on Alibi Idiris. Ode Osbourne 13-9 in his career, a ridiculous 1-4 in his last 5. He's coming off that bag fumble against Steve Erceg, where he had that nerd 99% unconscious. Taking on Alibi Idiris, 10-1 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming off the loss in his UFC debut. And the reason this is an interesting fight, and you can see the line is starting to collapse, is because I think people look at it and they do a quick snap judgment. They say, hey, Ode Osbourne's a phenomenal striker, great power, good movement, can knock people out, can't defend a takedown to save his life. And then they look over to leave Idiris.
Like a 1-year college wrestler or something like that.
How? The dude does not defend takedowns. Can't do it. Miserable takedown defense. Imagine having Steve Erceg 99% knocked out and he still can take you down. Not cool. That's an unacceptable circumstance. Taking on Alibi Idiris. People will look at this fight and they'll say, well, Alibi Idiris, he's a Kazakhstani and he fights like one. He's loose on the feet, fast hands, comfortable in all positions, nonstop forward pressure, and he can wrestle sometimes. And yes, he can wrestle. He does have wrestling. He's the better wrestler of the two, but he doesn't always use it. It is absolutely a backup plan. And that's what makes this breakdown interesting, because if Alibi's going to wrestle, he wins this fight every time. I mean, every time. But if he doesn't wrestle, and he's trying to go strike for strike with Ode, who's going to be the better striker, then Ode's going to tag him, Ode's going to crack him, and Ode might drop him the same way he did Steve Erceg. So I'm actually going to pick Ode Osbourne here. I'm not betting on that. I cannot bet on a guy that has no control over where the fight goes. He wants this fight to be on the feet. I have not seen anything from him that proves to me he can keep it on the feet if he wants to, so I can't bet on him, but I am going to pick him. I think he's the better striker, and in Jacob's words, I think this is a mostly striking matchup. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, it just feels like to me that I understand the finish potential for a guy like Ode. But as you mentioned, like it feels like the wrestling can go there whenever he wants to go there. And even if he has an initial first defense, a little bit of chain wrestling, he's going to get down. And once he gets down, he's kind of like just a guy. That's the issue. You can get taken down, but have an ability to get back to your feet. And Ode's a guy that once he's down, it's like he doesn't fucking move. Like it's almost like a Chris Gutierrez. Like, you know, when that guy goes on his back, he's not fucking moving. So the takedown should be there. And honestly, the movement of these Kagastani fucking little dudes just fucking are like left or right. They're doing the wild spinning stuff. It's really kind of hard to find a guy. So it feels like it's going to be Ode doing a lot of just kind of waiting to try and find and set up that perfect shot. If he hits it, he fucking hits it in good form. But it's going to be hard for him to win rounds against a guy that's going to be probably the more active, the more flashy stuff, and can mix in a takedown or two. You know, it feels like if you're going to play Ode instead of playing what's his money line at? Plus 120 or something like that. I think you just play Ode. Winning a decision, I think, is going to be tough. If he's going to win, it's probably going to be knockout. I think his knockout's like plus 310 or something. If I'm going to play Ode, I play the knockout and see if he hits it. If he doesn't, it is what it is. You don't have to risk as much because I think it's a little bit of an outside chance for him to kind of win a decision. And as the fight goes on, if there's a lot of grappling, he starts slowing down. I mean, I think this guy, Alibi, is live for a submission or something weird late, but could be probably a decision fight. But I think if you're playing Ode, just play him by knockout and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's so crazy. If you are on the Alibi side, and if you're just like, nah, like if you take Jacob's breakdown from the Phil Rowe fight and applied it here, where you're like, I have seen this guy not defend takedowns. I've seen him not do what he's supposed to do. So how in any world could I ever pick him again? If you take that logic and apply it to Ode, which you can do, if you take that logic and apply it to Ode, then Alibi Idiris at minus 120 or minus 125 are the best odds you're going to get on this card. Because if he does just decide to wrestle, it's a pretty straightforward win. A very straightforward win.
Yeah, because Ode's not going to make you, because I mean, he's he'll lay in guard. He'll be active with his guard. So, I mean, you know, he threw up that triangle against fucking Ronaldo and stuff like that. But he's not a guy that's going to, like, really make you work too hard. Like, those guys can be in guard and just play that game for fucking 15 minutes. Like, it's not going to be like hip escape. And then you got to drag him back down and mat returns and stuff like that. It's going to be like, avoid the high guard, you know, when he throws his legs up, maybe getting fucking half guard and just fucking lay on him because he's going to lay there.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, it's a tale of two fights. I think whoever wins looks very dominant. Either Ode absolutely ruins this dude on the feet, or Alibi starts grapple a little bit, and now Ode is just typical Ode fight like we've seen. Jacob and I are split here, but I think our confidence, like if dead middle is no pick, and here's the spectrum, I think we're still closer than we are farther.
Man, I feel pretty good about Alibi. I'm not.
Oh, all right. Well, he's farther. He's more confident in his pick than I am in mine. So go get yourself a tiebreaker. We got Kunith, we got Artem, we got Betsam. We have an artificial intelligence. All of them giving you their picks, and then their confidence picks, and then their round line leads, and then any bets that they have.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we didn't look good on the mat in his last time. That's a way different fight. Way different fight. I know he was a big favorite and stuff like that, but that was a good grappler. What was it, Joseph Morales or whatever the fuck his name is?
Yeah,
he's a really good fucking grappler.
Check it all out. WeWantPicks.com. Next up at UFC Houston, we have the featured prelim of the evening. We have Chidi Njokuani taking on Carlos Leal. Chidi Njokuani, 25.
Oh, get your lollies.
What?
Ice cream and lollies. Come get your lollies.
Is that from your fucking, Chidi Bang Bang?
Chidi Bang Bang.
Chidi Njokuani, 25-11 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off that submission loss, taking on Carlos Leal, 22-7 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off a knockout loss. I was one of the very first people to be on the Chidi side. I placed a bet on him at plus 165. I picked him when he was plus 185. And the reason is Chidi is long. He's tall. He's a very good striker. He's got a pretty good chin for somebody that's been in the wars that he's been in. He's very clearly dangerous. The takedown defense is getting a little better. And Chidi is a very big, powerful, fast welterweight striker. You can take him down, but you have to get through his guard and deal with whatever he's going to send your way to get him there. He's taking on Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal is a Muay Thai striker. He's going to come forward. He's not afraid to engage. There's good pressure. He's got that open hand stance that leaves him to get his legs kicked, that leaves him to get a little beat up. He does have some takedowns, but it's really more of a backup plan than anything. He just got knocked out by Muslim Salikov. He just got knocked out by a 40-year-old. Carlos Leal did knock out Alex Morona, but we saw in Alex's last fight and every other fight before that, that dude is willing to just stand there and throw bombs with no care what comes back his way. But that's not the win that has people thinking Carlos Leal is good. A lot of people are convinced Carlos Leal is a very good fighter because of his loss to Rinat Fakhretdinov. It was a bad decision, very clearly, but it was a bad decision because Rinat was diving at legs. He's defending takedowns, and it was just kind of a mess. He was letting his hands go, defend a takedown, let his hands go, defend a takedown. Chidi's not that guy. Chidi's not going to be shooting takedowns. Chidi's just going to be bigger, stronger, longer, faster. The better striker, he's going to hit harder. So I'm going to pick Chidi here. Carlos obviously has the power to knock him out, but he's got to get inside the range to be able to do that. Chidi is so damn long, the better striker. I'm picking Chidi here. I placed a bet on him at plus 165. Obviously, those odds are gone, and he might be a full-blown favorite come fight night. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, this is, if you're playing Chidi, if you're betting Chidi, I get it. I'm not going to argue too much against Chidi. It comes down to who is able to dictate their type of fight. If it's a rangy fight, it's a bigger octagon, it's not the Apex. So if Chidi's able to dance around, throw those teep kicks, if he starts able to kind of moving forward, which I don't really think is going to happen. Carlos Leal is not a guy that really moves backwards, but if there's a point in the fight where Chidi can get those front kicks going and start moving forward, this is going to be a Chidi fight. He's going to beat him up with those teep kicks and then land the strikes as he's coming in that open space. But if Carlos Leal is able to do what he wants to do, and that is pressure into interior boxing, get through the long strikes, get through the kicks, don't crash all the way in, right? Because Chidi will, the shorter guy, he'll grab you in that Muay Thai. He'll throw those elbows. He'll throw those knees. He'll get the fucking hip dexterity up. So you don't want to crash all the way in. But if he's able to do what he's kind of been doing to everybody, and he was doing it to Muslim in that fight. He got caught, and maybe it can happen again. That's why I'm not real high on a guy like Carlos Leal. But he's a guy that kind of two people who is willing to kind of back up more. It's definitely going to be kind of a Chidi guy who's going to be more of the counter striker, back up more. And if Carlos Leal is able to back him up and get in that interior boxing range, we've seen Chidi hurt before with interior boxing. Even that fight against, I think it was Zaleski, it was just a little kind of like check right, and he kind of stumbled up a little bit. So it's not a confident pick. I'm not telling you Chidi doesn't have a chance. He's got a chance. I like Chidi. He's got all the tools to win the fight. We just saw this guy Carlos Leal absolutely fucking stonewalled with that knockout, but it feels like Leal is going to be the one to dictate the pressure. If he gets the pressure, gets to the interior boxing, Chidi could be in trouble, but I'm not sold on it. Keep that front kick out there, keep him away from you. And when he gets in, crash in with those elbows, meet him with the elbows. But I'm going Leal as a pick just because I know he's going to dictate the pace, and that should be a better fight for him.
Yeah, listen, somebody in the chat here said Chidi sucks. He has no good wins. Here's his UFC career. Knocks out Marc-Andre Barriault in his UFC debut when Marc-Andre was pretty good. Knocks out Dusko Todorovic. Loses to Gregory Rodriguez, but if you remember, he beat the shit out of Gregory Rodriguez and had that giant cut above his eye where you could see the vein. And he only lost because he got exhausted. He got taken down. Loses a close one to Albert Duraev that I think he won. Loses to Mikhail Oleksichuk, who had to use wrestling to beat him. He beats Reese McKee, beats Jared Gooden, knocks out Eliza Zaleski. He did just get subbed by Jake Matthews. That was a little weird. Jake just climbed his back. But Chidi doesn't suck. That's an odd take. Chidi's good.
I would kind of, if you guys are on Chidi and stuff, I don't know if you've seen his Instagram and stuff like that. He already cuts a lot of weight, getting a little bit older. He looks fucking, he looks jacked up, man. This guy looks fucking, I honestly, if you're waiting, I don't think the odds are going to really move too much. I know they're closing a little bit and stuff like that, but I think I would wait till Friday to see, just to make sure. We've started the year with some pretty crazy weigh-ins and stuff like that, and some weird things happening. And then, I would he's one of those guys where I would kind of wait to see how he's looking Friday, just to make sure. Just to make sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair, right? The odds are heading in your direction anyway if you're on the Chidi side. Somebody said Chidi barely beat Reese McKee. Oops. No,
Reese was kind of just diving at legs.
Correct. That was a pretty clear win, especially by today's standards, where you people insist that grappling doesn't matter and takedowns don't matter. All he did was hold Chidi against the cage and attempt takedown after takedown after takedown. That wasn't barely a win. If that's in Vegas now,
yeah, you can't just look at scorecards and be like, oh, it's a split, so he barely won. That's like, you might as well fucking max bet Nora Cornolle right now if you're going off of that, because she's 30-27, Joselyn, she's plus 250. So
No, 100%. Like, I get not picking Chidi here. If you're like, he's old, he's going to slow. But Carlos Leal beat Alex Morono, who is on a 4-fight losing streak, has lost 6 of 7, and lost to Renat Fakhretdinov and got knocked out by a 40-year-old. That's Carlos Leal's resume. Their resumes are not the same.
A little bit of a different 40-year-old.
It's a 40-year-old.
It's not like he got knocked out by you.
Then
I'd be like, holy shit. I'd be like, holy shit.
A kung fu master.
Because you got no power in your hands. Holy shit.
Let's run it back live. And see
I literally didn't have, there was no, I was like, holy shit, that's what I'm most scared about is it's going to give me so much false, that's what I can't fight again. Because it's going to give me so much false confidence going into whoever I fight next. Like, maybe if I get a big offer, I'll fight another YouTuber or something like that. Like, I'll fuck anybody up, if there's a couple comments in there, let's talk or whatever. But, like, I was just walking through your shots, walking you down, doing whatever I wanted. Like, it was...
Sure. Is this when I stand up and I get the picture of your bloody nose?
Yeah, we've already been through the gel capsules that you made me put in my mouth.
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to go to the website, it's wewantpicks.com. We have picks and bets and everything you could ever want or need. It is the most useful website ever.
Whoa, we got $4.99 from Jacob Taylor. Says, not sure if it's just me, but Jacob kind of looks like Chidi, but something seems to throw it off for other people, but not me.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll be honest, Angelo, I've been hitting the gym hard the last month or so. Been eating a lot of rice. Been eating lots of rice, filling up.
A lot of rice, a lot of fuyang, a lot of just...
Choop min bong young. Happy Lunar New Year to all my original Asians.
Thank you for
the $4.99. It is weird that, I guess it's not that weird, but it's a Chinese New Year, but like all the Asians
do it?
Celebrate. Yeah, so it's kind of like everybody's, but I think it's called the Chinese New Year, but it's also the Lunar New Year, so it doesn't all make sense to me, but God bless them. We love
them. Especially now with the Olympics. Who's that smoking hot American chick that's competing?
Oh, Apollo Antonono. Oh.
No. She's an American competing
Apollo
for China.
Antonono, you would agree, was hot, though. You remember him?
No.
You don't whoa! You're not going to sit here while Winter
I've never
Olympics
heard
is
that
going
name
on?
In my life.
Oh, my God.
No, it's the chick.
Oh, my God. Apollo Antonono was an American fucking hero. He was an Asian American speed skater that just fucking dominated, bro.
One of these creeps.
He had the goatee and the bandana.
Yeah. See? Got it. Elaine Gu.
Elaine what?
Elaine Gu.
Is that crazy? Korean?
No, Chinese. She's American. She's born here, raised here, but her mom's from China. She's competing. It's like the most naturally pretty athlete ever.
Are you
right behind?
You do have an
right
Asian
behind
thing.
Gina Carano. Right behind Gina Carano.
She's 17, Angelo.
No.
Oh my.
No. Oh God. No.
Where are you at? Donate again.
22. All right, 22. All right, 22. Dude, I was like, oh, God.
You don't remember this guy? What the fuck you laughing about Apollo Antonono for? What the fuck you laughing at? This guy's an American fucking hero, dude.
I've never seen that guy in my life.
Oh my God. Did you even have a TV?
What year? No.
What?
Big Tyrone Jeromeo Jenkins, $1.99 super chat. Jason Biggs and the Shermanator have a podcast. Wow. I'll take that. Jason Biggs is good looking now. You seen new Jason Biggs videos? That guy's very good looking now. Shermanator, that's unfortunate for Jacob. Thank you for the $1.99 and a $2 super chat from my Colorado friend, Thomas Rincor. Thomas, all the mail you send, you haven't sent the recipe for the cookbook. Chidi wins by knee strike. Thank you.
It's possible.
For the super chat, and I'll be rooting for that outcome
Jacob
as well.
Looks like the Shermanator. Okay.
Guys, that one, the Shermanator stuff's hitting a little close for some reason.
What?
Telling me where's veneers. That's the trigger.
Don't. My tooth is chipped.
You know what you should do? Go to this URL. You go to this URL, you use the affiliate link, you sign up, you make a deposit, and they're going to pay me. They're going to say, Angelo, thank you for the customer. And then we're going to slice off a chunk of that money and send it right to you. It's a very easy exchange here. You go to the URL, you use the affiliate link, they get a new customer. They reward me with some money for the new customer. I reward you with some money for supporting us, who's supporting them. And it's really just a triangle of trust. It's absolutely spectacular. It's better. There's two types of important triangles in my life. One is the trust triangle here, the support triangle that we're operating in right now. The other is when you're sitting down and taking a shit as a man and you push your pee-pee down, there's a triangle in front of you. Like you're sitting down on the toilet and there's a triangle. And that's an important triangle because if there's two people and one has to pee and the other one has to poop, or even two people have to pee, one of the dudes could just stand up and pee through the other one's triangle. And that is how you can take a piss at a concert.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not that microphone though. I started talking about the pee triangle and this kid went nuts. No, it's not even working anymore. So I'm free reign to continue the promo. Hey guys, that's the P and the trust triangle. Here's the website, Premium 4.0. You're still dead silent. We got the data analyzer. The data analyzer is one of the most powerful tools. I mean, you went through this. We go through it every week. Oh my God. And now the way that I have this set up, I'm half cut off. Unbelievable, dude. Jesus Christ. The data analyzer. When I'm telling you, become a premium member, check out the data analyzer. It is the most powerful tool this space has ever seen. There's a whole tutorial on how to use it. It's absolutely insane.
You push your pee-pee down when you sit down on the toilet? That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And what else were you saying about? I was missing the whole thing. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so when you sit on a toilet, okay, there's the empty space in front of you between your pee-pee and the front of the toilet. That's a triangle. And I could pee through that triangle. So two dudes can go to the bathroom, or even a dude and a woman, and one is sitting down and the other one pees into the triangle. You see? So two people use the toilet at the same time and nobody gets dirty and it's not weird. Tape index, that's a useful tool. Flight simulator, the flight simulator is anybody who doesn't know what the hell it is, check it out. It's remarkable. That's why we are crushing Prize Picks and Underdog. We're using this to tell me the lines. B, there's another fight simulator on the market. It's called Saber Sim. Just Google it. Tell me how much that costs and then come back here and tell me that this isn't the greatest deal of all time. Line movement tracker, opening odds, current odds, win probability, line movement for every fighter on every card with conditional logic.
Someone said value. I'm fucking praying.
Not with that potty mouth. And everything we offer.
Some other guy said, this dude gay as hell.
That's not gay. I could do it with my wife. She could be sitting down. I could pee through the triangle. What's gay about that? Weird. That's weird. Yes, Jacob does have veneers. We have an app. Everything on the website's available in an app. And you'll get push notification. I sent out a push notification a few hours ago. I placed a bunch of bets today. Some other bets hit the board. Notification went to your phone so you could check it out before the odds get crazy. After I placed that Chidi and Njokuani bet at plus 165, that push notification.
You bet on Chidi?
At plus 165. We had
Who let you do that?
Well, a Bet Online did.
They just let you do it. If I don't have a Bet Online account, how do I get one?
No, we can't. I'm not trying to. No, you can't give away our secrets. There's a trust triangle that people could explore, I suppose.
What is your deal? Like you tonight, you talked about your amateur porn addiction. You exposed the fact that you again confirmed your Asian fetish to an alleged 17-year-old girl.
No, 22. Stop it. Stop.
And now we're talking about pissing through leg holes.
It's a triangle. It's the same reason that on urinals they put the little fake fly. Give you something to aim at.
How, with your big ass fucking thunder thighs, do you even get your dicky hole down there? You have a hole right there? I figured those things would be clogging up that whole circle.
I'm never the recipient. I'm the deliver. I'm the.
I know, but how do people like
seal
you said usually you push your dick through the hole. I didn't even know you could have a hole with those big ass fucking thighs.
I push it down, baby. Push it down.
Like when you tuck your sack back, that type of stuff.
No, just sitting and just push it down. Make sure all the pee's going down. That's it.
And just hang. Mine fucking hangs.
It hangs, but sometimes depending on the shape of the bowl and how much water, sometimes you pee and it hits the bowl and not the water. So I just want to make sure it's straight
hanging,
down.
Brubba. Mine's Uh-oh.
I'm lifting mine up to get it out of the water.
Uh-oh.
That's why Tiffany's so angry all the time. Guys, here are the fights that are coming up. A whole bunch of good ones. I don't know why it stretches out, but let's stretch these bets. We got UFC 326. The BMF belt is on the line. That card is actually spectacular.
Fuck you, Troy.
We got RDR and Kyle Barallo on that card. That's a very good fight card. We have this fight card in Houston. We have UFC Mexico, Loner Kavanaugh stepping up. And we have UFC Vegas 114. Very interesting main event there. Check everything out that we have to offer. It's fucking $10. $10. We want picks.com. Click become a member at the top. $1.99 super chat from Tron 21159. Why not whiz in the sink like a G? I'll never piss in the sink because you brush your teeth in the sink. That's crazy. But I did
in the guest bathroom. Hammer it out.
Before I was married, so like, you know, you and I have had this debate. I am not turning the lights on and take a piss in the middle of the night. I am not waking myself up. So I'll sit down. Or when I was not
I can't believe you guys have gotten him to a point where you guys, for some reason, have I can't believe how many people are accepting this to where he can proudly say that he sits down and pees.
Dude, like, everybody
you should be scared to admit that. And for some reason, you guys, I'm not even blaming you, Angelo. I'm blaming these people in the fucking chat are like, yeah, that's like, what are you talking about?
First of all, it's a conditional sit. It's only at night in the middle of the night. If I go piss right now, I'm standing. But if it's 2:00 in the morning and I have to piss, why would I turn the light on to wake myself up even more? That's a crazy, I want to go back to bed. So I just sit, keep my eyes closed, piss, get up, done. And I've asked a lot of people and a lot of people agree. It's only the people who don't have enough self-confidence to just be who they are that say they don't. But when I was single, even less effort than sitting down to pee, I just piss in the shower. I just open the shower door, piss in it. Shut the door, go back to bed. Done. You just stand there. It goes any direction, doesn't matter. In the morning, you turn the shower on, goes down the sink.
What's the difference between opening up the shower?
This dude pees in the sink.
Or just opening up the fucking toilet seat pee. What the fuck? That's like a weird fetish thing again.
It's not a fetish. The toilet seat, I have to
it is a fetish. It's like...
Anyway, thank you for the super
and
chat.
Sitting down to pee, now that we know that you have to use the effort of pushing your little pee-pee through your fucking thunder thighs to get to the pee level, that takes more effort than just standing and peeing. I think it's because if you stand and pee without being able to push it under and tuck it into your thighs, you're peeing, you can't even push it down. It's pointed like this on top of your ball sack like this, your little pee-pee. But if you get it squeeze between your legs, you can get it to point down, but if you're standing and peeing, you can't possibly get it towards the toilet. We figured it out. You smell pee-pee.
I dig that. 2384, 349 New Zealand. Ange peed through my triangle. And it was what an efficient process that was. Couple people, one toilet. Also, we're trying to help children. If you have a recipe to send the recipe. Send it to the P.O. Box. People keep emailing. No, I don't want emailed. Mail it. You got to mail it. We're making this official. Mail the recipe to the P.O. Box. We'll cook the food on the next vlog. Then, once we have enough recipes, we will make a cookbook and we will sell it and we will donate all the money, not to you greedy bastards, all the money.
What if they're sending you recipes that are like copyright fucking like Martha Stewart recipes and then you start selling them?
You can't copyright a recipe. That's against the law.
Excuse me, Saved by the Bell episode, remember? Oh, my mom was a sauce. And it turns out it was owned by whoever and they fucking sued the shit out of Screech and fucking Zach and all them.
You can't copyright a
that
recipe.
Literally is what happened. They used the same recipe and they're like, this is our recipe. My mama's a secret sauce. And they're like, this is our recipe. And they sued the shit out of them.
That was a TV show.
That's real fucking life, Angelo. Saved by the Bell was as close as it gets to real life.
I don't think so. I don't think so. YouTube's back, by the way.
You can't just sell copyrighted recipes.
I think you can. I think you can. Listen, here's the thing. Send your recipes. We will cook it on the vlog. I'll tell you if it sucks or not. So far, everything's been pretty good. And then we'll make a cookbook and we will sell it. And all the money will go to children. I'm thinking either Ronald McDonald House or St. Jude's. That's what I'm thinking. Do you know why? You can't make fun of those charities. They're the only charities that help
fun of whoever I want. I'm a cancer survivor. I can do whatever I want.
Now imagine you didn't have insurance and couldn't get treated, and Ronald and St. Jude just took care of it for free. Didn't even ask for your insurance. They don't even take a penny.
Hey,
nothing.
Jude.
Okay. Here's the address. We Want Picks, P.O. Box 406, Prosper, Texas 75078. I've never heard that in my life.
You never heard of Hey Fucking Jude?
No.
Where are you from? Where are you living in life?
Do I need to show you the red passport again? I wasn't raised by Americans. Dude. I was raised by foreigners, man. I was raised by foreigners. So I didn't have a normal childhood.
It's not about childhood. It's about you can.
Let's move on. Opening up the UFC Houston main card, we have Zachary Reese taking on Michelle Pereira. Zach Reese 10-2 in his career, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that submission win over Jackson McVeigh, taking on Michelle Pereira. 31-14 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5 on a ridiculous 3-fight skid. Zach Reese, a big dude. He does have some power in his hands. We've seen him knock some people out. He's got okay wrestling. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. And at times, what?
I don't eat rabbit shit. I just want to be clear.
He has okay wrestling, but he also can be a jiu-jitsu nerd. Zach Reese in his UFC debut, I made him one leg of the safety parlay against Cody Brundage. He put on a triangle, played his stupid-ass nerd game, and got power-bombed into oblivion, as did the safety parlay. That's when we made the rule, no UFC debuts. Zach Reese has some decent wins. He did just gut one out against Jackson McVeigh, but he had to use the wrestling. We've seen him knock some people out. He's big, he's strong, and I get why a lot of people like him in this fight. He's taking on Michelle Pereira. The Michelle Pereira over the last 2 years, basically since Jacob outed his affair, is very different than the Michelle Pereira before Jacob outed his affair. The pre-outing Michelle Pereira was actually a Dementor. He was fast, athletic,
you know what the
powerful.
Fuck a Dementor is? Don't use words you don't know.
It's his nickname, you fuckleberry.
What's a Dementor?
The hell demon.
What? They suck the soul out of you, Angelo.
Yeah, in hell.
With a death kiss.
Okay. Anyway.
They're in Harry Potter.
It's a Harry Potter thing?
Well, Dementors are in Harry Potter, and they're very scary.
I don't think she invented them.
They're very scary.
Dementors were talked about in The Office before Harry Potter came out.
Harry Potter's been out since the early 90s, mid-90s.
Yeah, the books, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why he says the Dementors. What the hell? You were so stupid.
Prison Mike. Michelle Pereira, athletic, fast, strong, flips, swirls, has jiu-jitsu, has wrestling, has insane power. 185 suited him very, very, very well. And then his secret love affair was outed on Twitter by Jacob. And then Michelle Pereira's wife went fucking bananas. She went crazy. Posting tweets. Images on Instagram.
Yeah, the whole fucking story of the thing was, I like Michelle Pereira. I was at the fight. He was getting mauled. I was pissed because I had money on Michelle. I picked Michelle in that fight. I had money on Michelle because I'm like, and if you watch that fight, like the first minute of that fight, he throws a little teep kick, and we'll talk about with the Fluffy stuff, but he throws a little teep kick and hurts Fluffy to the body. So it's like, all right. But during like the 4th round of that fight, or 3rd round or something, when Michelle's really kind of getting like mauled, I mean, it was very clear at this point, like this is not going well for Michelle. I look over because I'm at the Apex sitting in front row, and in his family and friends section, I see a hot female on her phone. I assumed that it was his girlfriend. So I was just like, I took a picture.
It was.
So I took it. No, it's alleged. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what ended up being the whatever. So I'm not going to, you can make accusations. I have no idea who it was, what it was. I have no fucking idea. Just assumed it was her girlfriend. I posted a picture on Twitter and was like, hey, Michelle Pereira's girlfriend doesn't even care. He's getting mauled or whatever. Time passed. Months later. It was months later.
8 months later.
I get a DM from somebody. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it's, hey, this is Michelle Pereira's wife. What did you mean by this tweet? She went and found my tweet with this chick and was like, what's going on? And I was like, listen, lady, I have no I just took the picture. I don't know. I didn't see them together. I didn't fucking see this or that. I saw her sitting there. I just assumed she was attractive. He's attractive. I assumed it was a girlfriend situation. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then I had Michelle Pereira DMing me being like, what did you tell my wife? And I was like, wow, what the fuck? I was like, how the fuck did I end up in the middle of this whole thing? I told Michelle, I was like, listen, I didn't tell her. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what the... And he was like, hey, it's cool, brother. I understand. I appreciate it. I was like, I'm not trying to be a snitch. I'm not trying to be whatever. I was like, I took the picture. I don't know who the fuck she is. I don't know her relationship. I just assumed it was her girlfriend. Turned into the whole thing. It was a whole fucking mess. I was in the middle of it. I don't know how it turned out, but I'm a big fan of Michelle. I'm a big fan of Michelle and what he does. And I think should I just do my breakdown now? Fucking.
Well, I didn't finish. That was the moment in time when Michelle's career really took a nosedive, because at 185, he was looking spectacular. And then that moment in time, he has not won since. And that is a problem. A very uninspired loss to Abus. He got knocked out by the small Dawkins. Things have just not been going great for him, but he is still talented. And if you go watch his recent footage, or the footage that's been going viral, of him and Sean Strickland trying to knock each other's heads off their bodies, it's a reminder that there are levels in this sport. There's different training levels, different athletic abilities, just different levels. And I feel like Michelle Pereira is levels above Zach Reese. He has fought the higher level of competition. He is faster.
I can't believe you're saying this.
He's faster. He's more athletic. He has better teammates. He's at a better gym.
A long way.
I am picking Michelle Pereira here.
Oh my God.
Because I just think he's better than Zach Reese everywhere. The problem is, on a 3-fight skid, losing by knockout to Kyle Dawkins, I can't bet on him. I don't care how affordable he is. I can't bet on him. I don't know if he was losing those fights on purpose so he didn't have to pay his wife in the divorce, or if he just sucks now. I don't know. I'm going to pick Michelle Pereira, though. He's a very, very, very good fighter. A very good fighter. He's the better fighter here. And if you believe these ages, they're basically the same age. I think Michelle's closer to 40 than he is 30. But if you believe these ages, you got to go Michelle. I went Michelle. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I've been very anti Zach Reese for a long, long time. This guy, and I put a tweet out about it too. First of all, this picture doesn't do him justice. This was early on in the hair transplant. The guy... I got to give it up to him. Guy got a hair transplant. Used to have the dirty fucking mullet. Looks absolutely fucking dialed now. This is one of the best hair transplants. Oh, there's my sweet Aunt Betty again.
I think the best I've ever seen is, well, you and I texted about it. Paulo Costa's is phenomenal. And Cody Brundage's is very good.
That's a really well done. He's got the fade on it now and stuff too. So good on to him for that. And I understand the hesitation for Michelle, because he had some bad performances. Honestly, that Dawkins fight, it is what it is. Like, I came into that fight being like, listen, just fucking punch Dawkins and you're probably going to knock him out. Like, I know he's been knocking people out, and I think Michelle Pereira was like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking charge this guy and fucking knock him out. Like, so I really don't really blame Michelle for that game plan, because he should have been like the more powerful guy. He's a good striker. So he came in, he got caught. It is what it is. Zach Reese is a guy that, he's a jiu-jitsu nerd. Like, I know you guys have this misconception. I've been screaming about it for a long time. I had Brunage to pick Zach Reese. I think I picked against Zach Reese in almost every single fight, but he's getting beat up against Jackson McVeigh, comes back, tough dude. I'm not going to question his toughness, but won that fight. He fucking goes to a decision against Dushko, who previously had been finished in the first round in 4 of his previous 5 losses. Goes to a decision with this guy, loses against Asmat, being that jiu-jitsu nerd. Beats up a Jose Medina, who quite frankly could have been the worst UFC fighter maybe of all time. Like, tough guy, but I mean, so he's fighting that guy. Knocks out a Julian Marquez, who, not whatever. And then obviously he gets slammed by Cody Brundage. This guy, I think even in the non-UFC career, he fought like a 0-1 guy, like a 1-1 guy, I get the Michelle hate. I get that you can't trust a guy like Michelle, but he is the better fighter. Angelo is right. He is the better fighter. He's the more dynamic guy. He's going to be the better striker. He's got power. He should be able to handle himself in the grappling because Zach has tried to improve his wrestling. But this isn't fluffy. He's not going to be relentless with the takedowns. And if it starts to get in a weird grappling situation, he'll roll to his back. That's what he does. He's comfortable being in those type of positions. Zach Reese is just a jiu-jitsu guy. You want to fade Michelle? I get it. Good luck to you, but Michelle's a better fighter here. And if he is 75% of what he should be, I think he runs through a guy like Zach Reese, honestly. But if the fight starts extending, things could get weird, But if Michelle's just dialed in, I've talked about Zach Reese. He's got that tall man striking defense. I mean, it's just head on the center line, straight back. You push him back with pressure against the fence. Now he can't move back. You throw the nice right hand down the middle. That's all it's really going to take. I think Michelle can knock this guy out.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely I pick in Michelle here. I can't watch a guy the way he lost those 3 fights. He was broken by Hernandez, did nothing against the Boost, knocked out cold against Cut. Like the way he lost 3 different fights very differently. And 2 of those people he absolutely should have beat. One of them, there's no world he should have lost. And that for that reason, I can't really bet on him, but I do think he wins here. So he is going to be the pick. If you want to check out who everybody else picked, and if there are bets on this fight, what the artificial intelligence has to think, just a quick note with the AI. First of all, we developed it from scratch. It is a neural net, I think it's called, a neural net AI, where there's hundreds of individual neural nets, and then we combine them and whatever. It doesn't have fight odds. It has no idea. Odds don't exist. This thing doesn't know. It has biometrics. It has grappling. It has striking. It has obviously historical data. It doesn't have odds. So it doesn't know who's supposed to win. So I like to use the AI when it's confident in stuff, when there's a good amount of data, meaning if you're a UFC debut, it doesn't have as much data. Good amount of data on Zach Reese, a shit ton of data with Michelle Pajeda. I would trust what the AI has to say here. If you want to check it out, it's freaking $10 for everything. No tiers, no packages, $10, all of it instantly for an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top. $1.99 super chat. I didn't miss this. This came in late, so he must be watching to play catch up. And what's crazy, Jacob, is our live viewers went from 500 to 650 as soon as YouTube came back online, which is pretty interesting.
Like the video. Happy regional New Year.
Eli says, I really think Ode sleeps Idiris. I got Ode at plus 180. Damn. Good for you. Plus 180 is spectacular. Thank you for the super chat. Ezekiel says Damon Jackson. He's talking about hair transplants. Damon Jackson's looked incredible at the press conference, at the weigh, but then in the fight when he got sweaty, it was missing a lot.
It was a little holy.
Yeah. And then Antsy Music. I'm just saying, shout out to you, man. I think you've been here since day one, Antsy. So we appreciate you. Thanks for the support and thanks for being here as long as you have. Next up, at UFC Houston, we have the newest fight on the card. Jacoby Smith lost his opponent. Josiah Harrell stepping up on short notice. And this is not the first time Josiah Harrell has stepped up on short notice. He stepped up on short notice back at UFC 290 to fight Jack Della Maddalena. And then he got pulled from the card because his brain scan said he's got some shit going on. I forget the name of what he had, but this dude had major issues, a tremendous surgery. You'll see a huge scar that like goes like this across his head. But here he is a few years later, a few wins later, back at it, short notice against an undefeated guy. This is undefeated versus undefeated. Pretty good matchup. We got Jacoby Smith, very strong, very fast, very athletic, 2-time junior college national champion wrestler, a D1 All-American, and he can strike. The striking's not great, like technically speaking, but it's fast. He's got real power. You think he's technically very solid in the striking?
I mean, that fucking shot against Preston Parsons was pretty technical. Was that a
little it's fast. It's full of pressure. And anytime you have somebody that has that kind of power and that kind of speed and threatens the wrestling.
He's been working in DC, and you saw what Khabib's jab. DC taught Khabib his jab, and once he developed that jab, he was fucking unstoppable. I think. Whew.
Well, Jacoby Smith is very, very good. The problem is he does fade. His cardio isn't quite what it should be just yet, and he will slow down as the fight goes on. He's taking on Josiah Harrell, and it's been a wild ride for him to get to this point. He's had medical issues. He got relegated back to regional scene, multiple weight classes, fought at 55, up at 70s, sticking around at 70 now. He's a good fighter. He's got solid skills. He is a wrestler himself, but only in high school, not college. He does have some solid takedowns. He's pretty athletic. The striking is solid. Powerful wrestler when he decides to wrestle. He has a clip. If you do any research, you'll see him shoot literally through the LFA cage door. When he takes shots, they're clean, they're fast, they're in your face. He runs right through them.
You saw the DJ thing, right? Did you ever say that?
What DJ thing?
He picked the dude up, threw him in an armbar, just like DJ did.
Oh. For some reason, my brain was like...
But he lost it, but he did the same thing. It was pretty slick.
He's a good fighter, which is why this line is sort of closing. I get Jacoby Smith opening up as a minus 500 against a short notice UFC debut who had brain surgery 2 years ago. I get it. And I also get the line tightening a bit because it's like, damn, dude, Josiah
Mine's 240 now.
Yeah, Josiah's good. Josiah's good. And it's crazy because you immediately want to root for him. This guy's been through shit and he's got a positive attitude about it. And he worked his way back to the UFC and here he is getting his chance again. But I do think short notice against somebody as good of a wrestler, as well prepared with a full fight camp as Jacoby Smith, I do think that's the difference. Josiah's going to want to wrestle. Jacoby's the better wrestler. I'm picking Jacoby. That is the only reason, like 1 + 1 = 2. I think Jacoby's better than Josiah. Josiah's best thing, and it's short notice. But damn, dude, Josiah's good, and I'll be rooting for him. I hope he has a great performance so that he sticks around for a little bit. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, if this fight extends, and I think that's what people that are picking Josiah Harrell. Whoa,
itchy, man.
Yeah, you didn't take the camera off on that one, so
didn't need to. I have hair. Everybody's convinced I got no hair. I got the hair. There's hair. Is it spectacular? No. Is it hat head? Yeah. There's hair. Please continue your breakdown.
Yeah, the muscle hamster, Josiah Harrell, I get behind this guy because this is like the typical like grungy, can do everything type of guy, comes in a little bit short notice, has the story, has everything against a guy that has been shown to have gas tank issues. And if this fight extends, every minute that goes by in this fight, literally every minute, is going to favor a guy like Josiah Harrell, who has proven in fights he can weather storms and he can come out and get finishes even late in fights. He does know how to wrestle. He does know how to grapple. He's got decent power. He can strike as well. He's a very well-rounded guy. And regardless of this fight, I think he's going to beat a lot of people at 170. Like, he definitely is a guy that, Lord willing, with his health and all that stuff, hopefully he's good to go. But if he can stick around in the UFC, I think he could rack up a good amount of wins because he is just that type of well-rounded, and he's got that dog fucking mentality. Jacoby Smith is a guy that I think he's better everywhere. I think he is going to be the better striker. I know Josiah Harrell has been looking good against kind of regional guys. Jacoby Smith, I know those weren't the best type of guys. If people want to hate his performance against Nico, a lot of type of stuff. I do know, I mean, if you look at his Instagram and stuff, he did, it seems like he left Fortis. I don't know if it was like he's leaving it and he's going to be back, but he was training in DC or in Vegas and training with DC and stuff. Now he's at the, is it Rangers MMA? Kind of like the Dallas, I don't know if it's the defect of Fortis, but it's like the other Dallas gym that just started and stuff like that. But it seems like when he went to Vegas, I think that Nico fight was a little bit of a wake-up call. Like, oh shit, these fights could get grimy. I'm not going to smoke everybody. I got to make sure my cardio is tippy-top. He should be better everywhere in this fight. Obviously, if the fight starts extending, it's going to be a question mark. I'm not going to bet a guy like Jacoby Smith, who has shown to slow down, against a guy that matches up so well with that and Josiah. If people are playing Josiah, especially if you got the plus 300 tickets and that type of stuff, God bless you. He's going to work for your money. He's going to fight for your fucking money. You're going to love watching this guy if you've never watched him. I'm going to be rooting for him. I'm a big fan of Jacoby Smith as a prospect, but if you don't clean up that cardio, you're never going to make it. This is going to be a great test to see if Jacoby Smith is who we think he is. Because if he comes in and smokes Josiah, it's going to be like, oh, fuck, like, this guy's fucking good. But if he is not, he's kind of like half in, half out, doesn't clean up his cardio, he's going to be in a world of hurt in this fight versus Josiah. So I'm picking Jacoby, but I respect Josiah for sure.
Completely agree. I think we're completely aligned here on all fronts, the breakdown, the pick. who you're kind of rooting for here because Josiah is such a likable guy and worked to get here after going through a bunch of shit. So
he's got a scar. I've got a scar.
Yeah, similar.
We're both survivors
too. Yeah, absolutely.
I think his was more of like a
it was a genetic disease.
And mine was more of cancer. So
and yours got scooped out with a dull spoon, no problem, and he had to saw his head open.
They had stitches on the inside and the outside. There were stitches inside too. I mean, that thing was.
I had that open. Here. My brother hit me in the head with an aluminum baseball bat, and I needed 30 stitches to put it back.
Last year, I split my head open on the kitchen cabinets.
Oh, that's right. That was
staples.
That was like 3 years ago, wasn't it? But I do remember.
No, that was like last year. I had to get a tetanus shot.
You like stood up, right? Is that what it was?
No, I went to. Okay, you wanna air my fucking business now? I was doing the dishes.
All I said was you stood up.
Okay, yeah, fuck it, Angelo. You want to embarrass me? Mister, I pushed my pee-pee through my thighs so I can pee in the water. Okay? My air fryer was sitting there, and I thought, is this clean or not? So I went to smell the air fryer, because that's how you know if something's clean or not, if it's usable. How bad does it smell? And the kitchen cabinet, it actually wasn't it was the handle. It was like a metal handle. And I went real quick like this, and just bam! And by the time I got my hand up here, I went, oh, like for some reason I knew like, oh, that's like the way it felt. I was like, oh, that's split open. And I was like, oh, fuck. And Lillian got a couple, two staples in my head.
There you go.
But I'm a survivor. It's what I do. I was at work.
You are. I'm gonna get up. Check out the website. Damn it. Every pick, every bet, every tool. WeWantPicks.com. It's $10. You love it. Keep it.
This is what you're making fun of right here.
Don't.
That's the real deal. I'd be interested to know how many stitches he had, because this was about 49 of them. People think I'm joking. This is real deal. This is cancer, people.
That is.
That's what happens if you don't go to church.
A couple of chats here. Hoopsy says, I don't even bet anymore, but Jacob won me $14,000 the other month. I'm never unscribing, not until I'm dead. Well, thank you, Hoopsy.
My God, some of the bets we're like, I know it's like easy to say like this or that, but like Saturday, some of the bets we had that didn't hit that were like right there, and we would have been up fucking so much money on Saturday. It's like, what the hell? That was such a wild card. I guess it was last week, whatever, but such a fucking wild card.
Yeah, that card stunk. And then this comment, Sleazy said, people hate on this card, but it's low key good. First of all, this is a very good regional fight night card. Who the hell's hate on this card? I haven't seen a single negative comment in our universe or any other one about this card. I think people universally think this is a good card. Be curious to think who doesn't think this is a good card.
Wow, next how skinny you were right there.
When was that?
God, it's gonna be 10 or 15 years ago.
Channel's only a couple years old, so that can't be it. Next up at UFC Houston, we have Sergey Spivak taking on Ante Delia in a rebooked fight. This was supposed to happen at UFC. That's this house. That was supposed to happen at UFC 325. It is now happening here at UFC Houston. They moved the fight. Sergey Spivak, 17-6 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He's on that unfortunate 2-fight skid. Taking on Ante Delia, 26-7 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off that eye poke chaos with Waldo Cortez.
Ooh, I was there for that one too. I'm there for so many controversies.
That is crazy.
I was there for when somebody bit somebody. I was there for the Bulgarian stuff. I got flipped off by C-Rod. I was there for the eye poke with Waldo.
Wild ride. You were there for one of the biggest upsets we've ever seen, the first time Shevchenko lost.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but sure.
Sergey Spivak, big grappler. That's it. He'll throw punches. They're not great. He's just a big, lumbering grappler. The takedowns are not spectacular. But grappler. The takedowns are not spectacular, but he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's tough. He'll move forward. He'll grind. I mean, that's basically it. This is in the weakest weight class the UFC has had in a very, very long time. Sergey Spivak can separate himself.
That's who you literally week after week convince people that you beat. You honestly look at that and be like, yeah, I beat that guy. Like, look, come on, Angelo. Let's be serious.
It's on film.
Come on, Angelo.
On film.
Jesus Christ.
He's taking on Ante Delia. Ante Delia, notably, Tom Aspinall's training partner, big dude. He can do all the things. He can strike, he can wrestle, he can grapple. Ante Delija is a little bit older. He came into the UFC last year at 35 years old? How old is he? Bang. Yes. At 35 years old, sort of past his prime, but in the weakest division the UFC has ever had, Ante Delija came in, had a spectacular win in his UFC debut. Ante Delija was looking pretty good against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Then they ruled in an eye poke. Then they restarted the fight.
Let me just stop right there because I've heard that a few times. That's not true.
What's not true?
Nothing was happening in that fight. Ante was shooting takedowns and just holding Waldo against the fence. And then Waldo was reversing the position, holding him against the fence, pretending like he was nothing. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, he was on his way to beating Waldo." No, nothing was happening. And then he got poked in the eye, and then they stopped the fight. He threw some wild exchange right before the eye poke that he literally whiffed on like 5 of the 6 shots. Pokes Waldo in the eye. He wasn't doing anything. Nothing was happening in the fight. I was front row.
Can you at least agree where people are losing their fucking minds are the referee stopped the fight for the eye poke? And it's like, no, the referee did not. The referee stopped the fight because he thought it was a TKO.
No, he didn't. He didn't wave his hands. I rewatched it yesterday. He didn't. They kept saying on the broadcast, he didn't do this. He just stopped the fight.
He did not. You're right. He did not wave his hands. But when the eye poke happened, he didn't stop it then either. He let it go another 30 seconds and was like, protect yourself, protect yourself. Why are you yelling that if there was an eye poke?
But it wasn't even like he didn't even, I mean, that's the thing too, is like he whiffed on like 5 or 6 shots. Waldo got poked in the eye, covered up, and then he whiffed on like 3 more. Waldo just standing there. He didn't even hurt Waldo when he's just like unloading on this guy. It's like, Jesus.
Well, listen, and I like Waldo. Where I'm going with that is people are going to look at, oh, Waldo knocked this guy out. First of all, if he did, great. Waldo is good. Second of all, it's not
really
What do you mean
if he did great? He literally did.
No, the circumstances were ridiculous.
Well, he still got knocked the fuck out.
Yes, in the literal sense. They should not have restarted that fight. Ante Delija was running around the octagon, full celebrating. They were cutting to Croatians in the crowd. Everybody's celebrating. That adrenaline dump was crazy. You can't restart.
I was fearful because those Croatians, there was a lot of them in there. Again, I was at the Apex. I was celebrating with them. When I saw how many Croatians were there, I put a $500 bet. I think on Waldo in that fight, but I'm like looking around being like, oh yeah, he's not fucking losing this fight. I put a $500 bet. There was a guy sitting next to us that showed up. He got Apex tickets, showed up only for that fight. Croatian guy going ape shit. I was like, oh shit, I want to party with this guy. Like, yeah, I'll fucking bet on Ante. We thought the fight was over. They're going ape shit. They're on the cage celebrating. La 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 la. And then when he got knocked out, I was looking around. I'm like, fucking, what's about to happen here? Like, I thought they were going to start throwing shit. Woo!
They should just. My point is, they should not have restarted that fight. Like, that's a my bad situation. The ref fucked it up. He didn't stop it immediately.
No contest. You move on.
Correct. And because they restarted it, Ante Delija got knocked out cold. It was a real knockout, but that dude had no adrenaline left. He just celebrated what he thought was a win over a top 10 opponent. So you kind of have to ignore that fight. Ante Delija is a good fighter. I think Ante Delija beats Sergey Spivak here. I don't think Sergey's wrestling is good enough to get Ante to the ground at first. He has to get through the striking. His striking is not very good. Ante's a good striker. I'm going to pick Ante Delija here. This is objectively the shittiest this weight class has ever been, and one of the shittiest weight classes of all time in the UFC. So it's kind of a crapshoot and a roll of the dice at this point when we're saying, you know, a 35-year-old who was just unconscious and only has 1 win in the UFC is a confident favorite. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, this seems, I know that Ante is supposed to be like this, like, I know he's got speed, hand speed and stuff like that. And I know people are trying to put 1 and 1 together with the Spivak thing, and people hate Spivak. Oh, Jailton fucking hurt him and all this type of stuff. But if you look at the people that he's losing to like kind of like counter, like people that he can't really find. Like he loses to Jailton is what it is, right? He threw Jailton down. He was on top of, he was controlling Jailton, got swept a couple times. Jailton with the takedown threat is going to be more live with the hands, and it looks worse now that Jailton did his thing or whatever. But his previous losses are to people that are like, he's like trying to chase down, and he's like not that type of guy. Even with his wrestling and grappling, he's not a shoot a single, shoot a double type of guy. He will occasionally but he really likes kind of clinch positions. He wants those judo throws. He wants you to be aggressive so he can grab and use your momentum. And against people like that, he does pretty well, like against a Derek Lewis, against like an Augusto Sakai and stuff like that. People that come through and are aggressive, he welcomes that. Get into the clinch, get to the throws, and if he does that, which Ante is a guy that will come forward, all pressure, all gas, no brakes, typically. Now, you say you can't you throw the Waldo fight out because it was nonsense or whatever. I think what happened early in that fight is pretty interesting to me because he came in, I know it's Waldo, but he came in with kind of like a wrestling game plan. He was getting held against the fence. He was kind of clinching, wasn't really letting his hands go. Once he was letting his hands go, it was kind of just fucking like typical kind of heavyweight bullshit, but he was whiffing on a lot of shots. It wasn't like stuff that I had kind of seen previously, like tactical striking against the fence. He was kind of like getting wild with it, crashing into the clinch. And he wasn't really even hurting Waldo. So I know the Tybura stuff, he knocks him out and stuff like that. But Sergey Spivak is a guy that has shown improvements in his striking, regardless of what you think. If he's chasing down a Waldo, if he's chasing down a Cyril Gane, if he's meeting Tom Aspinall in the middle, like he's going to have issues. Like he's not that type of striker. But against a guy like Ante, who, if you watch people are like, oh, well, Spivak's got a quit button and stuff, like he doesn't like getting hit. Watch Ante in his last PFL fight before he fought fucking Maurice Green to a decision and then knocks out Jorgen fucking De Castro. Like, holy shit. A guy matched his energy and he was up against the fence just cowering up, ate a knee and was fucking TKO'd in the first round. I think Spivak can hang enough on the feet, and when Ante crashes in and he gets in those clinches and he throws this guy and gets up on top, I think there's going to be a lot of fucking people who are going to be like, oh, fuck, what was I thinking playing Ante? Because, yeah, he might knock this guy out and it plays out, but one clinch position, this guy's getting fucking thrown. And if Spivak ends up on top of this guy, he is fucked. I'm telling you, he is fucked. I'm going Spivak. I played him by submission. I don't give a fuck what you guys say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a wildly unpopular take for some reason. People are hating that take in the comment section.
That's all they say. Spivak got hurt by Jai Alton. What's this guy gonna do? This guy looked like shit against Waldo. Look at the combination he threw to fucking knock him out. Got knocked out in his last fight. I mean, I got flatlined. People are acting like, even like, I know you're like, well, but it doesn't really count. But he literally got knocked the fuck out in his last fight. Spivak took Geraldton Almeida and went and fucking threw him across the cage, was mauling this dude.
I'm going to discredit or I'm going to dismiss how Ante got knocked out, but I'm not going to dismiss that he was knocked out. I mean, he was unconscious.
He's got 7 losses. He's been knocked out plenty of times. This guy isn't like this untouchable heavyweight. He's already like 35 years old or whatever he is. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't think it's people saying that Ante's amazing. I think a lot of people think Sergey Spivak absolutely blows. I think that's where it's coming.
Winning that fight versus Jai Alton.
Yeah, I didn't love those grappling examples, but that was grappler versus grappler.
And then he can't chase down a Waldo Cortez. I mean, he was walking. I mean, Waldo's a guy that nobody has been able to chase down and fucking. And then the same thing with Cyril Gane. He's fucking trying to walk down Cyril Gane. It's like, yeah, Cyril Gane's a better striker than him. You think Ante is fucking Waldo? Obviously not. He got fucked up. You think he's Cyril Gane? You think he's Tom Aspinall? He's more like a Derek Lewis, and he fucked up Derek Lewis pretty easily.
he's better than Derek Lewis, dude.
I don't know.
Unfortunately.
He doesn't have the power, and he throws strikes the same.
And honestly, it is kind of dumb. The UFC using Derek Lewis at UFC 225 and not Houston. Although he doesn't like fighting in Houston, right? He said he hates the pressure. That's how he lost to Gane. Anyway, Jacob and I are split here. So go get yourself a tiebreaker. WeWantPicks.com. We have the AI you can use as a tiebreaker. We have a couple of humans as well. Artem, Betsam, Kunith. Check it all out. WeWantPicks.com.
Polar bears in the wintertime, they're a dangerous animal. You know they're one of the most dangerous animals. Polar bears. They don't give a fuck. They will hunt humans. They're like one of the rare animals that will hunt down be like, oh yeah, I want one of those.
Didn't they say aren't polar bears? They are grizzly bears, but evolution just the ones with the lighter fur lived longer by the water.
That sounds extremely racist.
No, I'm pretty sure that's like it's something like that where they're not an actual different breed. They're the same breed that just through generations of whatever ended up white because it did better for them
Isn't that how all people are?
The cold.
We're all the same, but then we
like a grizzly bear and a black bear have different.
Are you explaining evolution?
No, I'm explaining here. Are polar bears grizzly bears? Let's see.
No, dumbass. They're not. Read it out loud. No, they are not.
They share the same genetics.
Yeah, they're bears, you fucking idiot. Jesus.
Why are polar bears white? Polar bears appear white as camouflage. See? You see? Do you see what it is?
I literally, this used to be like kind of funny for me. I honestly, now it gets to a point where
no,
we've been doing this show
genuinely
long enough. No, let me finish. We've been doing this show long enough. It used to be funny. Now, I just feel bad for you at this point.
Yeah, I would too. I genuinely think, I thought I heard that polar bears weren't their own different like genetic species. They're the same ones.
Polar bears and grizzly bears are both bears.
I didn't say they're both bears. I said
that's literally what you were saying.
Polar bears are Kodiak bears. Are polar bears Kodiak bears?
Sorry, guys.
No, they're not. We'll get there. A bear expert will be watching this and be like, I know what you're talking about, Angelo. It's this.
Would you rather fight a grizzly bear or a gorilla? Silverback.
A grizzly bear. No, I'm not even a grizzly.
You know their paws are like this big.
Okay, a gorilla is fucking big, strong, fast, athletic, and smart. You can play dead with a grizzly. You can't play dead with a fucking silverback.
You do not play dead with a grizzly bear.
Well, then you run. I don't know what to tell you. Either way, dude.
You do. I think it's brown bears you play dead, black bears you run at them. Black bears are scaredy cats, I think.
All I know is silverback gorillas will fucking. That's why it was 100 men.
It's a big debate. I mean, a couple years ago, that was the big debate. Like, who would win in a fight? A grizzly bear
between those two, has to be a gorilla. I also think
grizzly bears are like 1,000 pounds, dude.
There was a debate between 100 men versus a gorilla, not 100 men versus a bear. That's obvious.
It's like weight classes for a reason type of thing. I think they're like twice as big. So at some point, it doesn't matter. Like if you put Demetrius Johnson versus John Jones, doesn't really matter.
Well, John Jones is a bad example, but actually,
Jones is like a fucking grizzly bear, Angelo. Grizzly bears are the alpha of the bears. He is
John Jones is a bad example because he's a spectacular fighter. The point was size matters. Have you seen the clips of Rampage Jackson with that bodybuilder? Rampage Jackson was with that bodybuilder. That bodybuilder just wrestled somebody way smaller than him. Has no wrestling experience whatsoever. He just grabbed the dude's arms and swung around in a circle and let him go. Just like threw him like
Larry
Fresh
Wheels.
Prince of Bel-Air getting rid of Jazzy Jeff. Just fucking launched him like it didn't matter. So it's like, size. Ultimately, there is a tipping point. Next up at UFC Houston, we have Dan Ige taking on Melquizael Costa in the featured fight of the evening. Dan Ige 19-10 in his career, an unfortunate 2-3 in his last 5. He is coming off that wrestle heavy loss, taking on Melquizael Costa. Melquizael Costa 25-7 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5. He's coming off that head kick knockout win. We've broken down Dan Ige many, many times. We've even started
Thank you, Dan.
An arena-wide chant. We had 20,000 people cheering. Thank you, Dan. At UFC 303.
Give me an honest to God number. How many people do? Because I know the number. Give me a basic range and keep it a little bit tight on how many people were doing that chant with you. Because I know.
I genuinely think we had 50 people doing it.
It was less than 5, Angelo.
No way.
It was fucking less than 5.
We heard
it was less. You were hearing fucking echoes because it was pretty quiet in that moment. It was so quiet. Everyone heard you. Oh, everyone heard you. And you know what they said?
Everyone heard.
Everyone went like this. Everyone like this.
No, people were like, fuck? No, there was 49 other people that were like, you know what? Yes, thank you, Dan.
Guys.
Well, if you guys don't know what's going on, Jacob and I went to UFC. Jacob and I went to UFC 303. That fucking dork loser who never shows up to actually fight pulled out against Diego Lopez, and Dan Ige stepped up on like 3 hours notice. 3 hours notice he stepped up took that fight, and I tried to start a thank you, Dan chant to thank him for saving the co-main event. And Jacob hated him.
You hear nobody else in that video.
That's the beginning. That's the beginning of the chant. It didn't catch on yet. And you had the phone right in my ear. Anyway, listen. We've broken down Dan many, many times before, and it's the same breakdown every time. Good kickboxer, some wrestling holes, insanely tough. He's a gamer. He's got a wild amount of experience. The takedown defense is not as good as you'd like it to be. On paper, it's pretty bad. But the reality is, Dan Ige been fighting like top 10, top 15 people for the last 10 years. He's a good fighter. He's been around the block, but he's also getting closer to a 500 fighter than he is a contender. He's taking on Melquizael Costa. Melquizael Costa's on a nice little win streak of his own. He's a good striker, good jiu-jitsu, just okay wrestling. But what's bizarre to me is he's got good enough striking to hang with a lot of people, and then he'll just go to the grappling for no reason whatsoever. Melquizael Costa is a little wiry, a little squirmy, and he's a gamer himself. This is a fun matchup, and I am surprised to see how wide this line is getting. I do think Melquizael Costa wins here. I think Melquizael Costa is a very good fighter. I think Melquizael Costa is obviously at a better part in his career than Dan Ige is right now. But if you look at who Dan Ige is losing to, Dan Ige is losing to people that Melquizael Costa could never consider even fighting yet. Nowhere near Lerone Murphy. And Dan Ige won the first round against Lerone Murphy because he had him almost knocked out cold. Dan Ige is a gamer. Dan Ige is tough as hell. Dan Ige is probably going to lose this fight because I think Melquizael Costa at this point in their career is just going to be a little faster in his face, kind of push the pace a little bit. But I would not be betting Melquizael Costa at minus 220 against somebody like Dan Ige who has no quit in him whatsoever, who you can't get out of there.
Save the fucking card and no respect. Fuck that loser.
Yeah, that's Jacob hating on a guy that saved the fight card.
Oh, he did save the card. He fucking saved the card. Oh, fuck that. He saved the card. I don't give a fuck. And so the fucking ginger dude, if Diego somehow loses, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
no,
hater Jake.
That might have been top 5 most angry you've ever been.
Oh,
in
I
your
was
life.
very mad because my brain couldn't process how you could hate Dan Ige in that moment. The guy saved the fucking card. What are we talking about? Would you rather have no fight to watch right now? I picked Melk, but I said Dan is tough, and I don't get people betting Melk at minus 220. What do you think?
I get betting Melk at minus 220. Listen, I understand the toughness of Dan Ige and stuff, but he's a guy that we've seen enough of Dan Ige to know that at this point in his career, he just doesn't win the minutes. He's known as kind of like this tough guy that's going to maybe do stuff late or whatever. He's always going to have power in his hands, and if he comes in and lands a big shot of Melk, it is what it is, but in fights, he's just not doing enough. He is walking forward and he will eat shots, but he's not active enough in the striking. So if he doesn't have that, and he's not going to finish a guy like Melk, which I don't think he's going to finish a guy like Melk, the odds make sense to me because Melk is going to be he's going to have the bigger moments. He's going to have the big kicks and stuff like that. And we've seen more and more with Danny Ige kind of lackadaisical in the wrestling. People have been taking him down a little bit more towards the back half of his career. And I know he's got jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, but Melquizael Costa is a guy that he has the wrestling in his back pocket. I know sometimes he will go to his back and he got the guillotine and stuff like that, but against C-Rod and stuff, he was looking for the takedowns. I know people also kind of forget that fight, I think, what was that, Mexico City at Elevation. So both those guys were absolutely fucking gassed in that fight. So you want to play the cardio game, but this is probably going to be a decision fight. Maybe Melk is able to do something weird with Dan Ige. He's shown, I didn't think he was going to finish a guy like Morgan, and then all of a sudden he fucking just flatlines that guy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, so, maybe he's able to find something weird against Dan Ige, but even if it's a decision fight, which should favor a guy like Dan Ige, if you watch his fights, he's just not active enough in his striking. He's not really winning minutes. It's going to be close rounds if it is a decision fight, and in close rounds, he can get taken down, and it's going to be Melk throwing the bigger shots, the heavier shots, the more theatrical shots. So yeah, Dan might be walking forward and stuff like that. We might get a decision, and maybe it's kind of a weird decision. I've seen enough Dan Ige fights to know that he just doesn't score well in fights, and Melk scores well. He's got the finishing upside. I'm going Melk, and I kind of understand the odds.
I don't know. Melk also has lost. He's been finished. It's not like we have this young undefeated prospect that's running through people and like they're feeding Dan to the wolves. Like this is literally a measure stick fight. Like, is this guy good? I can't tell because he was finished a little while ago. His wins aren't great. Is he good? Like that's where we're at. So to have a guy like that where we're still deciding if he's good or not, be more than a 2-1 favorite over an established vet, I am surprised. I think he wins. I'm going to pick him. I don't think I could touch him at these odds. I do think the over 2.5 is kind of a lock. Like Melk did just knock out Morgan, which shocked me, but he's not like, he has more decisions than he does finishes. And Dan Ige, insanely tough in all facets of MMA. So I think we do end up with a decision here. So the over 2.5 is probably safe. The odds aren't great, but they're only a little worse than Melk money line. And you at least account for, I don't know, somehow Melk blowing it. Maybe you want to do a Dan inside the distance decision, no action. Maybe that's the safest bet. What do you think about that? That's probably the safest bet here.
What?
Dan inside the distance decision, no action.
I think it was fucking juiced.
It's got to be juiced because Melk's been finished. Dan hasn't. So juice it. Like logically, it should be juiced.
Yeah, it's -160.
That's actually not awful. And the way that bet works, if you don't know what that is, if Dan Ige finishes Mel Costa the same way he did Sean Woodson, which I thought that was an early stoppage, then you'll go ahead and get paid. If he loses a decision, then you get a full refund, even if he wins a decision. Full refund, bet never happened. You can check out all the bets we've placed. That one you might end up seeing on the board. Check out every bet that we already have, plus bets for future fight cards, all the tools, all the picks, the AI, all the cappers. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. At the top, it is $10 for an entire month's worth of access. $1.99 from Tron, 21159. It's blank. I appreciate the super chat very much. I don't know if you said something and we missed it. This is blank, but thank you very much. Throw a comment in there if there was a message that was supposed to happen. And then $1.99 from For the Win 13. Thank you, Dan. You know what I love about the thank you, Dan? Thank you for the super chat. At the weigh-ins, if you watch the weigh-in video, I'm 100% sure there will be thank you Dan's in the chat of the weigh-in video for sure.
The what?
The weigh-in video, like the UFC Houston weigh-in stream on YouTube, there will be thank you Dan's in the chat.
Like the official weigh-ins?
Yeah, they're always not the official ones, not the ceremonial.
Yeah, because I don't think they have. I guess they might do ceremonials because
Antsy Music. 3 6s, the best breakdowns in the world. Appreciate you, Antsy. $10 super chat. I mentioned it before. You've been here since day one. I mean, you've been here. You, Jesse, and a few others have been here from the beginning. So thank you very much. And $5 super chat from Brandon Lawson, 3071. What's up, guys? Didn't win last event, but that's on Almeida, not you. Still the best content in the game. Have a great week. Thank you. I think we all agree Almeida blew everything for everybody.
And I can't believe that I fucking had a beat on that guy from day fucking one. And you know and it
you
too.
Finally
I've been fucking hating on Jailton Almeida. I said Curtis Blades was gonna smoke him. I had fucking what's the fucking Alexander Romanov over this guy. I always picked against Jailton Almeida, saying that he's a fraud, he's a fake, he's not a real fighter. He's just the second he faces adversity. I've said everything that happened in that fight for years. For fucking years. And then last week, I'm like, let me put my bias aside and let me build. God.
I'm glad they cut him. Fuck you, dude. I'm glad they cut him.
God, man.
Honestly.
I had a read on that guy fucking from day fucking one, man.
Oh, dude. And I've been in love with him. And I'm still glad they cut him. Because it's like, he's like, I'm going to move to light heavyweight. Dude, that's not going to fix your problems. Your problems is you don't do shit. That's not going to fix your problem.
Like, even in that fight where it was like a terrible fight, he still had an opportunity to win rounds in that fight.
Yeah. His takedowns were like half-ass takedown attempts. I don't know what that was about.
Look, that's in 2023. I don't know if you can read it, but it says Blade smokes Jailton. It's when the fight was announced. Yeah. Blade smokes Jailton and sends him back to 205, just an FYI. I was a little bit late, but I called him going back to 205 as well.
Yeah, he's not going to go to 205. They were just saying that to try to keep their job. He's not, dude, he can't lose 30 pounds of muscle. He's not going to 205. He's just going to the regional scene. He'll stay big.
PFL will love him. They fucking love that bullshit. Jesus Christ.
Well, frankly,
every time I watch PFL, I'm watching.
In other fights, he was exciting. He just really started to shit the bed. Couple more super chats. Jesse Caldera. Where can I find this video of Ange fighting? Also, much love.
Fighting for his life. It's on YouTube.
You're from Denton. We're around the corner.
Where the fuck is Denton?
They have a Buc-ee's. I think it's North
I was just at Buc-ee's the other day.
West or something like that. I don't know. We are in DFW, so you are not far out at all.
That's Angelo fighting to hold in a fart.
Just search "We Want Picks" the fight.
That's the because it just got past the Sphinxer.
Appreciate you for being here, and a $2 super chat from Father Mozgus.
There we go.
15.
Back
Give
it
us a
up.
360 and a little shake. Nah, that's $2.
Come on now.
$2.
They do hot ass girls do dollar dances. You can get a dollar dance for half a song, Angelo. $2, that's double what they do.
What's a shake?
I think you do a little truffle shuffle again.
I know that was 10. All right, you got a little wagon.
You really did all that for $2? What the fuck?
You said hot girls do it for
$1. Oh
a
my
dollar.
God, dude. Yeah,
You
strippers
said
at the club because they're going to pull you into the fucking back room right afterwards. You pulling this guy into the back room, show him your triangle trick?
That's not a trick. And a $4.99 from No Reason. Big fan of you both. My go-to channel for all things MMA for the last 2 years. Hope to catch y'all at an event someday. My first one is this week in Houston. First of all, thank you for being here. Second of all,
you're gonna fucking love it.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, if that's your first ever event, it's a blast. Going to UFC events live is a ton of fun.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, Houston. I don't know if it was a little later in the year. I think I'd go. I think it's just early in the year for some reason.
Because you're welcome in Houston.
I was very excited for San Antonio. If they go to Austin again.
Can somebody in the chat that's from Houston confirm yes or no if he'd be welcome? I don't know if he'd make the cut.
Why would I not be welcome in Houston?
First of all, if you go, you better fucking check in and make sure.
Check in with who?
What?
What's in Houston?
Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Chameleonaire.
I love Chameleonaire. All right, let's go. Next up at UFC Houston, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Jeff with a G. Neal taking on Uros Medic. Jeff Neal, 16-7 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off that knockout loss to Carlos Prates. Taking on Uros Medic, 12-3 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5 on a 2-fight win streak. This is another fight where the odds are a bit surprising to me. I get Jeff Neal being the favorite. Jeff Neal has a wealth of experience. He's probably the more well-rounded fighter, but we just watched him get knocked out against a guy that can knock some people out. Jeff Neal's a pretty good fighter. He's a well-rounded guy. He's big. He's got hands. He can wrestle if he needs to. He took Shavkat, the very first person to take Shavkat into the 3rd round. He's got aggression. He's got power. What?
He rocked Shavkat a couple times.
I mean, it was literally that loss that had people be like, dude, Jeff Neal's good. And I agree, Jeff Neal's not a bad fighter, but Jeff Neal at this point in his career is more of a measuring stick than he is working towards a contender. And that's what's interesting about this fight here, because I totally understand Jeff Neal being the favorite just based purely off of his history and who he's fought. But the reality is this guy hasn't won a fight in 4 years. And you can't count the RDA. RDA blew his knee out. So he has not won a fight. And I get his losses are to top 5 people on the planet right now in this division, but he hasn't won either. He's taking on Uros Medic, 12-3 in his career. A clean technical striker. He comes out fast. He's got a ton of power, a 100% finish rate in all 12 of his wins, also his 3 losses as well. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got aggression. He gets a little wobbly. He's been dropped a couple times and come back to find the finish. He's also in a situation where you can't really rely on him. You can't rely on him. He did just knock out Muslim Salkov, but that dude's 40. And the reality is, bless you, the reality is Uros Medic offensively, very good, very dangerous. Defensively, it's a different game. He gets hit. 2 fights ago, that dude was fighting for his life against somebody who should be cut by the UFC. I'm going to pick Jeff Neal here, but I can't sit here and say he's worth 2-1. Jeff Neal's a good fighter. He's fought the higher level of competition, but he was just knocked unconscious. That chin might never come back. We don't know yet. And Uros Medic hits hard enough to find out. So Jeff Neal's going to be the pick, staying far away from this one. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, this honestly is like a horrible fucking matchup for Udos, and I know that it's coming off the KO and stuff like that, but it wasn't like a punch KO. It wasn't like somebody found something in combination where his defense was lacking or whatever. It's a spinning elbow. He didn't see it. It hits him. It is what it is. And Udos is a guy that, you know, we were watching that Gilbert Urbina fight, I think on the live stream, and we had a lot of money. I was like, listen, this guy fucking gets dropped like left or right. Like I guarantee, like the first punch that Urbina fucking lands is gonna drop this guy, and he fucking dropped. He was able to weather through the storm and found the knockout or whatever. As you mentioned, very good offensively, lackluster defensively. Terrible matchup for him. Jeff Neal is known to just kind of be sound defensively. That's why a guy like Shavkat was kind of having issues. Even if you watch that fight with what's his name in his last fight, it wasn't a whole lot. It's not like he was getting like the shit beat out of him. Like he was getting walked down a little bit, but he stays the course. He's gonna stay in fights. He's gonna stay tactical. He's gonna have Saif Sayoud be like, "Come on, Jeff, circle left, Jeff!" Like Saif Sayoud fucking screaming at him like crazy. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I think this guy Udos Medic is on a different fucking level right now. Is gonna come through with the speed, surprise Jeff Neal, laying shit on the fucking button. They are talking about having a card in Serbia in a couple months. Wow. Imagine that. All of a sudden, we got a Serbian that's thrust into a co-main event. Listen, I'm not a conspiracy guy at all, but why the fuck is this the co-main event? Until all of a sudden, rumors are coming out.
He's from Alaska.
He's Serbian. Thank you.
He knows about the polar bears. He's from Alaska.
He's a Serbian fucking fighter.
That's like having me co-headline.
What flag is right there?
I get it. He's from Alaska.
He's a Serbian fucking fighter that was thrust into the co-main. Everyone's like, why is he the co-main? Now it's all of a sudden like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to have a card in Serbia in a couple months. It's like they want him probably to win this fight so they can put him in a featured fight or whatever. He's making his way up. It's a horrible matchup for him. I'm playing it first or second round KO or bust. It is what it is. I get it. You guys are playing Jeff Neal. He should probably win the fight. I'm taking a little conspiracy flyer here, taking Udos Medic to get it done early, and put him on a Serbia card in a couple months, and people are going to love it. Those Serbia, that'll be a wild card.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's probably, well, I don't know. Jeff Neal's good. I was going to say it's probably better for the division if Udos wins. But he's Chaney, so it's not like you can really build a whole division
that's
around
literally
him.
what the UFC loves people like him. Like he's gonna fucking knock out or get knocked out. Like he's a highlight either way.
Especially now, yeah.
That's now. All the UFC wants. I mean, I know it is all about entertainment. It's a publicly traded company. They want fucking all eyes on anything, and he is a highlight machine one way or the other. So that's why he's the co-main.
No, I totally get it. And I don't hate this as a co-main either, because if you take what Jeff Neal has done and who he's fought, then you combine it with how fun the Udos Medic fights can be. Damn.
Oh, dog, baby, with a $50 fucking donation, fellas. Let's get this money. Let's motherfucking cook. And Angelo just got hungry as fuck reading that. Holy shit.
that beyond generous, my man. Thank you so much for this.
Hey, and Bali Z, you go fuck yourself, buddy.
Guy, get to the picks faster. Too much side talk. Go to the website, Bali, you whiny cunt. Hog, thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Wildly appreciated.
But listen to this, too. Here's what I worry about a little. It's a little bit of a different situation or whatever. But Udos, big spot for him, co-main event. He knows he's been knocked out before. He knows how dangerous Jeff Neal is. Jeff Neal coming off a knockout, could be a little bit hesitant. I know everyone wants to play the under 1.5, and I like it as well. But we just saw a situation where McCall, for some reason, was the more dynamic guy, was the fastest guy, and then all of a sudden that fight just seemed to extend for kind of literally no reason.
Yeah.
Udos maybe coming in, taking his time. Jeff Neal's a guy that will kind of let you do your thing, you know. I worry a little bit because I want to load up on the under 1.5 as well, and I have a little bit, but you know, this could be a weird situation where Udos is a little bit gun shy with the co-main event spot. Jeff Neal, you know, and this all of a sudden is extending for no reason. So, because he's been out of the first round before.
Is Ann showing whole for 50? Well, if I shook my ass for 2.
You know, that's interesting. That wasn't even donate. You chose to show that one. Almost insinuating like Like you pulled that comment out and we're like, let me show them just to see if anybody does it.
If I have to do it, I'll do it. All right, let's move on to the main event of the evening. Next up at UFC Houston, we have Sean Strickland taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez in the main event at UFC Houston. Sean Strickland, 29-7 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5 years, coming off his second loss to Dricus Duplessis. Taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, 15-2 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on a 9-fight. I didn't know he was that small. On a 9-fight win streak. We all know Sean Strickland by now. We all know Anthony Hernandez by now. Sean Strickland, just a blue-collar striker. Decent takedown defense. 1-2, 1-2, high leg up the middle, 1-2, 1-2, high leg up the middle. Anthony Hernandez, basically a big Moran. Wrestling's not as good, but relentless pressure, endless cardio, moves forward, moves forward, moves forward. So the question in this fight becomes, can Anthony Hernandez's pressure beat Sean Strickland the exact same way Dricus Duplessis does? Or does Sean Strickland's just years and years and years of experience, his takedown defense, his endless hours of live sparring in the gym show that there are levels here as well? And this is a tricky fight to break down because Sean Strickland certainly has higher level experience. He's the former world champion. His only losses at this weight class are to world champions. That's it. DDP, Alex Pereira. That's it. He beat everybody that is like arguing for a title shot. He beat Nasruddin Imavov. He beat he beat Brendan Allen. Like he beat a giant chunk of this division already, but here he is as a plus 230 dog. I am actually going to pick Anthony Hernandez here because I do feel that Sean Strickland fights much better forward than he does backwards. I don't agree with the Jared Cannonier decision. I thought Sean won that fight, but the reason Jared got the nod on the scorecards was Jared moving forward and Sean doesn't fight as well backing up. DDP beat Sean Strickland both times. People denying that, I don't understand. DDP won those fights because he was moving forward, staying in Sean's face. Sean's takedown defense is not as good while he's backing up. And I think Anthony Hernandez, if he just moves forward, shoots takedown, move forward, shoots takedown, move forward, and he's undeterred, I think he wins this fight the same way DDP did. And DDP won it worse the second time than he did the first. So I'm going to go with Fluffy here. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger because the reality is Sean Strickland is a good fighter who has a ton of high-level experience and good takedown defense. We probably know in the first 5 minutes who wins this fight. Not even. I think we know who wins this fight in the first 3 minutes because both of them have good enough cardio to not slow down. So either Anthony backs him up, lands and gets a takedown, or he doesn't and he's fucked. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I actually went back and forth on this fight because I've been kind of a Fluffy hater. I mean, I'll be open and honest. I have as well. Earlier in the card, I had Michelle to beat him. I thought that Roman was going to be able to do a little bit more, just because I don't really like I don't want to call him a one-trick pony because he got striking, but it's obviously what he wants to do. He wants to get to the wrestling and just kind of wear you out in that sort of sense. And honestly, early on in the Michelle fight, I mentioned it, there was a teep kick. Boom, hurt him to the body. He's had issues with that in the past. We know Sean loves throwing that teep kick. I'm sure that's going to be part of the game plan. And even in that Roman fight, you saw Roman said his game plan was, yeah, I'll roll to leg locks and stuff and be able to get back to my feet. And that's what was happening. Anthony Hernandez got a couple takedowns or whatever. Roman was rolling around, but then Roman got a little bit more tired than he probably thought he was going to, and then that ended up happening how it happened. When I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously Fluffy's probably going to do what he needs to do. He's going to have the pressure, and he's going to roll Sean. And then I started watching more Sean fights. I watched the Izzy fight, and I watched, the other DDP fights, the Paulo Costa fight. And I was like, damn, I think Sean might be able to pull this off because, yeah, he was getting taken down and stuff like that, but he's got 5-round experience too. He's got the cardio. He can kind of just keep things moving and stuff like that. But then I rewatched Fluffy fights after that, and I was like, oh, fuck, like, what the fuck? Like, no way. So here's the issue. I think Sean Strickland was one of those guys that had kind of like this like mythical takedown defense and grappling, almost like a Chris Curtis, right? Chris Curtis was like, nobody can take Chris Curtis down until somebody actually tried. Until somebody actually tried, and then he was taken down. It's almost that same situation. He never really fought wrestlers. He fought like a Jack Hermanson who was 0-8 in the takedowns. But again, Jack Hermanson pushed enough of a counter pace that was a split decision. And then you bring in DDP who got some of the takedowns. And if you look at that fight, as the fight was going on, as he was getting the takedowns, Sean kind of had that look on his face like, yeah, he was getting to the fence and get back to his feet or whatever. But DDP's a guy that it won't kind of, he's not going to hold you there. Like, if you want to get back to the feet, fine. He's going to keep striking, whatever. If you watch Sean Strickland in that 4th round when he got taken down 3 times and look at his face, if he's got that type of face in the 4th round against DDP, this dude Fluffy is going to fucking bury him because he does not, the pressure that he puts on you it is absolutely insane. And he is so slick with that kind of riding you and then transition to that off the hip type of guillotine that he pulls. And he just fucking stays on you. So I understand the people playing like the teep kicks and the body work, and he's going to hurt the body of Fluffy. And Sean's been 5 rounds. He's got cardio too. It really is just kind of a different fucking pace. And Fluffy, honestly, has really improved his striking. If you look at his boxing, yeah, he does get hit, but Sean's never really a guy that kind of hurts people. I know he hurt Izzy and stuff like that, but I think Fluffy can hang in the striking as long as he needs to. And if he wants to get to the takedowns, I think he's taking this guy down and wearing him down. And I don't think Sean's the counter grappler and counter wrestler that people kind of think that he is. So obviously, we're going to find out. He knows what's coming. He's kind of been a little bit more humble about this fight, talking about like he thinks Fluffy's a better wrestler than Chimaev and stuff like that. And but I do want to read a little bit of a quote here too. I just saw this as we were live. They were talking about Fluffy and asking him. It's an interview with Fluffy about Sean. And I don't know, earlier in the week to promote, or earlier in the fight promotion of his fight, he posted that thing of like he's an ICE officer or like a police officer, and Fluffy's in like the Mexican garb and stuff like that. So this is what Fluffy said in an interview. He said, "I'm gonna fucking torture him." Anthony Hernandez didn't like Sean Strickland targeting his Mexican roots. He said, "I laughed when I saw that. If that's the best you've got to get in my head, it's gonna be a long night. It's fucked up. Yeah, I don't like seeing that shit like that. I don't like that my people got to go through that, but it's just life and it's reality of it. And some people are just dirtbags and like to bring it up. I hope he keeps the same online energy in the cage because I'm going to torture him," is what Fluffy said about Sean Strickland. And honestly,
that's not very Fluffy-esque. That's out of
honestly,
character. That could be a problem.
And I honestly I don't think it's going to be a fucking problem. Like, it's not like he's going to blow his load or whatever. Like, he's fucking good to go on that, right? So, I was back and forth, and then I really started watching the film, and the way that Fluffy can just fucking chain wrestle. Like, yeah, Sean's probably going to defend a couple. He's probably going to be able to roll around or whatever, but Fluffy doesn't really give a fuck. And if you watch Sean Strickland after working back to his feet against DDP late in that fight, I mean, if he is like just kind of butt scooting back to the fence to get back to the fence against Fluffy's gonna be fucking all over this dude. So
yeah.
I gotta go Fluffy. I'm going Fluffy, and we'll see. I've been very anti-Fluffy, so I'm putting, again, biases aside and riding with them, but just feels like it's his time.
I haven't been anti-Fluffy. Like, I've never been like, oh, he sucks, but I have been a big Fluffy underestimator. I've been very big on, like, he's not that good. Like, his wins aren't that good. He just has cardio and pace. But ultimately, that's what beat Sean Strickland. DDP wasn't like the cleaner striker. DDP is not some phenomenal wrestler. He is just a nonstop pace-setting brute. And while Anthony Hernandez isn't the brute, he sets a better pace than DDP does, and he just keeps moving forward. So,
and he's willing to do like the cage work of like, yeah, he's going to be on a single, but let me fucking back up and pop and throw an elbow and then boom, right back on it. Like, he's not a guy just like hanging and just like wasting time. Like, he's going to be up and down and fucking, okay, defend the single. Okay, I'm back up. I'm punching you in the face. Now I'm on a double. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
No, this is a great main event. This card in general is very good. $7,100 in DraftKings fantasy for Sean Strickland. The problem with Sean Strickland in fantasy, he doesn't do shit. Go watch that Paulo Costa fight. He lifts his front leg, and then it's just like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Yeah, if and he really can't be aggressive in this one. Like, this is one where he needs that style more than anything. Like, previously, you would think, like, yeah, get on the pressure, like fucking throw a little bit harder. But against Fluffy, you don't want to be off balance. Like, so he's got to be almost more soft and pussy like, I don't know. Like,
to the Paulo Costa game plan. That fight was awful. Where Fluffy $9,100. I mean, that dude works for your money. Takedown, pressure, takedown. I picked Anthony. Jacob picked Anthony. Check out Artem Bet Sam. Kunith, the AI, all the picks, all the bets, all the tools, everything on the website right now. It's only $10 for an entire month's worth of access. WeWantPicks.com. UFC 236 is just a few weeks away. We have a $2 super chat from Father Mosgu. Give us a three. Oh, I already did this.
Oh my God, dude. You want to do it again? You're looking for reasons. You're a little freak, dude. Oh yeah, I guess fucking $2. Okay, wow, we're doing it again. But what are you gonna do? There people are donating. Can't let them down.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you watch the videos, click the button. We have 800 people watching. This might be our new time, dude. The people seem to like early.
Yo, like the stream before you go, please. That's the biggest thing that can help above all others. We'd love to. We never really ask for likes. So if you like the stream, we appreciate it. $6.99 for Big Maple Bets MMA. Just try to do the Iron Lotus P trick. Now I gotta get a mop. By the way, Fluffy will grab a sub late and never let it go. Let's have a weekend. I agree with the Big Maple Bets, and I appreciate the support. Not only these streams, but the Saturday streams as well. I believe I've seen you in there.
You have.
35 Czar. Is Jacob entertaining the masses this weekend with a live stream? You goddamn right. What time does this card start? Is it just a 4 o'clock
I think
banger?
It's normal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be live. I'm gonna be live hopefully like every fucking card on Saturdays. That's you guys are my babies, and I owe it to you now.
And your mother doesn't get pissed?
Those live streams. No, she's in bed early. Those live streams have been hurting for a squirting these fucking last couple weeks, but we've been wrecking. I mean, we're right fucking there. We're about to get fucking rolling. Reads have been good. Fighters are really fucking it up for us.
Thank you for the super chat.
Oh,
South
Jason.
African money, by the way.
What does that mean?
I didn't know what Czar was. I had to Google it.
Who Nelson Mandela was?
South African? I don't know. Jason the G. If Jacob's lock hits and Ange put the rings back in, I'll buy 100 subs. What rings?
Your nipple rings. Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, it was only one. I didn't have two. It was just this one here. And it
Jason's a dog. Jason's one. If you see a member in the chat, 90% chance that Jason gifted that membership. We're like 150. I can't remember. What was that total at? 130, 140. Well, no, it's Saturday. I'll get a dial up for Saturday. But Jason's gifted, I think, almost all those subs. So we love Jason. And
we appreciate you.
Jason, I think I got something real special for you later this week.
Well, that sounds like Prince Albert.
Yeah, you should be the one to talk. Yeah, you're the one talking about peeing between dudes' legs, and now you're being like, ooh.
It could be a woman.
Pause.
Any legs.
Could be a woman. I'd hope it would be.
Depends how you pee. Premium 4.0. We revealed it earlier this year. Here's what the cards that are coming up. I'm very excited. We're about to hit a 9-week run. 9 weeks. No breaks. No bullshit. We got numbered events in the mix. We got the BMF title on the line. We've got a really, really fun couple of months coming up. UFC 326.
Sign up and follow Kunith. My God.
Kunith can't miss. He's been crushing it. Great addition. UFC Mexico next week. UFC Vegas 114 we're going to find out how good Kevin Vallejos is or is not. All these fights, a million other
funny
things.
Is I saw that card and because I was looking at like Apex tickets, just see like the pricing and just stuff like that, because I knew that was the next Apex card and stuff like that. And I looked at that and I was like, oh wait, this must be from last year. For some reason, I thought that fight already happened. Like I know it was
announced it a little while ago.
I know, but I was like, yeah, you already fucking. I was like, wait, oh yeah, that fight hasn't happened. What a fucking wild fight that is.
It's a good fight. It's like, all right, we got a top 10 guy. I mean, it gets Vallejos in the rankings, and I mean,
it's more of a show off spot, I guess, but
it is. And well, and it's a good. I mean, listen, he's tough, he's durable. Like, yeah, Yusuf submitted him, but subs aren't knockouts. Getting subbed to me doesn't count towards durability. Durability is
just like Auntie Delia getting flatline doesn't count.
Correct. There were certain. What does count though is your support. Thank you guys so much for being here. The 800 of you who watch live, even though YouTube was glitching, very appreciated. Thank you all. Good luck this weekend.
Hold on, let me say something.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna press. I was just showing.
Yeah, well, I gotta click it to. Oh, Betty. Oh,
Betty.
Here. Will it loop around? It won't.
Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty. Like the stream for Aunt Betty. My God.
Here we go.
I'm okay.
Big ups for Betty. God damn, there's a lot of slides. That's why it takes 3 hours. Big ups for Betty.
Oh, God, there she is.
I forgot.
My great Aunt Betty died today, guys.
All right, guys. Big ups for Bets.